so proud of you.
I'm so sorry, Monique. I should have left you alone. I I just needed the moment to pull myself together. Come on, let's head back. You're right. There's still time to make it. We'll still have time for dinner, and as an added bonus, you won't get fired. This isn't exactly the best time to be unemployed.
No, I'm the one that should be saying sorry, mi corazon.
Oh, Dip! They're lovers!
Oh,
Aww.
forget the publishing house. I'm done with that place. Monique grabs the manuscript and, with a firm conviction, tears it to shreds.
Wait, Monique, what are you doing?
To hell with these stories. To hell with everything else. Today's your birthday, Lisa. All that matters to me is you.
Hell yeah.
Yes! Happy Pride Month, everybody! Let's go. We'll follow this road, no matter where it takes us. Even if we lose our way, even if we never find our destination. I can't think of anything more romantic, can you?
Monique,
Hop in. I'm gonna give you a birthday we'll never forget. You only turned 27 once.
Mi amor, this is already the most wonderful birthday gift I could have wished for. The day belongs to just you and me. I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
Meaningless questions. You don't understand. He doesn't understand. No one does. We all drown in our own confusion. I'm not feeling so good about this. In all honesty, I'm not doing much better. How long do we have to stand guard at this detention room? Who knows? I've never even spoken to the officer. Ever since the quarantine order came down, they've been sending people in non-stop. The endless wailing. Complaining to me won't help. You know, the screaming is bad, it's true. But what can we do? Oh my god. I think I hear Luca's voice. He's in there too? That kid with the worn out shoes. It really does sound like him. Why are our own people being interrogated? What is happening? Why are they doing this? God, does this happen often? I never heard anything like this before. Oh, look at me. I only got here half a year before you. But this sort of thing has been getting more and more obvious in the last month or two. I don't understand. What are they doing to make them scream like that? What kind of torture is this? Just stay out of it. Uh-huh. Is that singing? There really is someone singing. Why do I feel dizzy?
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I am once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute. You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? Miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
Two lovers forbidden from one another. War divides their peoples, and a mountain divides them apart. Build a path to be together, and I. Secret tunnel through the mountains. moon. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. Yeah.
Maybe they never abandoned me after all. Maybe they just forgot me. Tanjiro, maybe you're just making stuff up. And even if it's true, what if they're not looking for you anymore?
The girl takes a deep breath.
I have to see for myself. What if it really is them? Will you come back?
The clouds covering the moon grow heavier.
Of course. Because this is my home. Boss, here. Take this. It's all I earned this morning at the station.
The boy sits up, pulls a handful of crumpled bills from his pocket, and lays them carefully on a palm-sized leaf beside her. Then comes the second kid.
And this is all I made shining shoes for those rich old men today. They tipped a lot. And mine too.
One by one, the kids empty their day's earnings onto the leaf. It isn't really all that much, but the leaf still bends under the weight. Until it can't hold anything more.
But you guys will go hungry. It's no big deal, boss. You're heading out into the big wide world. You can't go without travel money, right? I will pay you back. All of you. You better. When you come back, we will charge lots of interest. You'll work for us for the rest of your life. Oh yeah? You little rascals. That's your plan, huh? But when I come back, don't expect even half a rupee. You wouldn't dare.
The gang piles onto her, tickling mercilessly. They roll around the grass, laughing and wrestling, smoothing the field flat.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Echoes of the wind. Countless threads shake with the wind, both within and beyond the net.
To the Utter Editorial Team. Dear colleagues, regarding Corvus, the conductress of the Dino Dawn, as you all know, she was once one of us, and my most trusted partner. Thus, for personal reasons as well as curiosity, I have attempted to glimpse traces of the partner I once knew. I must admit she has changed. There's barely a trace of the person I remember. The glimmer in her eyes remains, yes, but where that gaze now falls, no longer has anything to do with me. Still, in a way, our destinations aren't all too different. For that reason, I still cherish this brief journey we now share. As for Miss Pandora Wilson, it has been some time since she vanished. Since then, I found it difficult to sense her through the wind. It is as if some unseen force quietly erased every trace of her. Yet lately, I have faintly detected something, an echo which mimics the wind. I have tried many times to re-establish contact, but I have received no response. Even so, I still believe she is out there somewhere. Despite this, Utter continues to publish articles in her name and tone. I understand why. Losing her would mean losing the very spirit of Utter, something none of us could bear. That is why I took it upon myself to handle external correspondence under her name. Yet, the unease lingers. We are all trying to imitate her style, her rhythm, the way she thought, the words she might have written. But none of us truly understand the meaning behind them. For me, this imitation is like calling out a name in the dark, over and over again, knowing it will never answer back. As for the strange happenings aboard Daniel Dawn, and the many details pertaining to vampires, I will explain everything in full once I have alighted. Verity, Utter Editor, written aboard the Danube Dawn.
Okay. So the real Pandora Wilson does exist, but articles have written her name and mostly under Verity.
Sometimes when I wanna run away and hide, when there's no one on my side, and all my pride had disappeared, I take it off my mind and leave it all behind. Nothing left to do but try to take the leap and follow through. That's exactly what I'll do. I know to you I don't seem very strong, but I assure you before you can find me, I'm gone. Come on and catch me, you've still got a chance. But not for long. I'll be rolling place to place. Won't stop till I win the race, although I may have crossed the line. No time to waste on you. I don't plan on slowing down. No, I'll keep on going, even if you think I'm in the wrong. Just know that although I may not think everything through, I don't take back what I say or regret what I do. Now sometimes they stick to the plan, but if you leave it to me, do whatever I can, cause I know what I'm here for. I don't wanna wait around anymore. Even if you can't see the good inside me, I don't have time to tell you why I do the things I do. Just please hold on, and soon you'll see that I'm not the villain I appear to be. Moving along, no, I won't settle down. I'm locked behind bars, I'm kicked out of town. So keep running and running and running around. You never quite catch up to me. And I know you think I'm crazy, but I hope that maybe now you'll see why I had to try. Isn't really wonderful? Good morning from the void. My name is Decaf NVIDIA. I'm a video game streamer who primarily plays RPG games. I'm also a hobby voice actor and singer, so you hear me do one or both of those things in the stream. My pronouns are he, they, and today we're going to start with a little bit of productivity. Now, I don't have a lot of time to do this, mind you, but the most difficult thing when it comes to my ADHD is getting started with projects. The second hardest thing is actually sticking with them. And we're trying to get over that first hurdle first, hence why we're doing the co-working stream today. Speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and hop to VC and say hi to the others, assuming they're not currently working already. Don't want to bug them if they're busy. Okay, so yes, like later I stepped away, and GSC Nation is currently in a writing sprint. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue working here on my end quietly.
Hello and welcome back to Two Cats Writing Podcast.
Right, same.
Hello. 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 Hello and welcome back to Hello and hello and welcome. Hello and hello back to hello. Hello and welcome back to Two Cats Writing Podcast. I'm your host, Katrina, the Lady Writes, and I'm here with my co-host. Hello. Hello and welcome back to Two Cats Writing Podcast. I'm your host, Katrina, the Lady Writes, And I'm here with my co-host.
I'm your other host, MJ from GSC Nation.
And we are excited to have Hello and welcome back to Two Cats Writing Podcast. Hello and welcome back to Two Cats Writing Podcast. Hello and welcome back to Two Cats Writing Podcast. I'm your host. Katrina, the lady writes. And I'm
your
here
other
with
host.
my co-host.
I'm your other host, MJ from GSC Nation.
And we are excited to have you here today with us. We are going to be discussing querying. And this is a topic
Everybody's
that comes up a lot
favorite.
in both aspects. And welcome back to Two Cats Writing Podcast. I'm your host, Katrina, the lady writes. And I'm
your
here
other
with
host.
my co-host.
Wait, soup? There's this Instagram page made soup and bread out of soup and eats the soup and the soup essence bread and it looks so good. Oh, Tangerine, I want the soup bread. bread soup. Soup bread soup. The soup bread. No, the bread soup in a soup bread bowl. Sorry that I'm Oh, Decaf is here. Wait. Decaf, sorry. I've been so concentrated and I wasn't looking at OBS at all.
No worries.
And since you did not speak, I did not realize you were here. I couldn't see you. So since I didn't hear you, I didn't realize you were here. Wait, okay. Oh, I have to figure out how to send this link now. I'm the one who started the shared chat.
I already did it. All good.
Oh. Wait. Wait, how? Did Lady Wrights send the wait.
Yeah, I have the link from the Lady Rights already. And then
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're already in here.
Yep.
Hi.
I said hi earlier. All good.
Out loud?
Yeah. You were in a writing sprint. Lady Rights had just stepped out.
I did not hear anything. I don't know. I wonder if there was something.
No worries,
Like
no worries.
I can't imagine I wouldn't have like heard someone's voice like literally in my ears.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, hi. I'm not even in a writing sprint. I'm just like so concentrated trying to like figure out this new outline that I'm like like barely on Earth. But
Hey.
hello.
Hello.
How are you? How goes things?
Things go good. Although I made a little bit of a mistake here. I accidentally forgot to like make a new save for episode 4. So episode 3 no longer has the math that I had before. So I'm gonna have to figure out that math again real quick.
Ah. Thomas T, hello, welcome in, welcome in. You guys, please go to the heart of the top of your chat and follow wonderful Decaf NVIDIA right here, right now. Now in our shared chat.
There, you click the heart right there to follow me. That's the one. Yep, you see it right there.
Please do it. Please
Yeah.
do it.
The one that says join us in following my name. That's GSC Nation,
Decaf
and then
NVIDIA.
here's the books you can
Decaf
pre-order.
NVIDIA.
Oh, actually, I should do it here on your end too. Hang on.
Here
I
is
know
also
how to do
the link to
things.
Decaf's YouTube, which you should follow, which you should subscribe to. And you can also help fund the music video project that Decaf is working on right now that I'm also part of. Decaf is a good egg indeed. Thomas T agreed.
I'm an egg?
How are you doing today, Tom? Well, you know, metaphorically speaking, I suppose we're all eggs in the sense of good or bad eggs, I guess.
I suppose in the grand scheme of things, you know, we all become crab and crabs lay eggs.
We all technically were eggs once.
Then we became zygotes.
Not in the trans sense, no, because Decaf is already out as non-binary, so
Yeah.
no longer an egg.
There's a terminology for trans in egg?
Maybe. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah. Well, the queer egg. A queer egg is someone. I think an egg can be a trans egg or a queer egg of any kind. I think there also are like, yeah, someone who hasn't come out yet. Someone who's like,
okay, gotcha.
Still chilling in their shell for reasons, certainly. You have to wait for the right moment to emerge.
Survival.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hello to MJ's and the Lady Wrights side of the chat. Oh, maybe not even realized it yet. That was me for a while. I think that's most queer folks for a while. It's very rare to know from the start, you know? Oh my gosh. Did MJ just make the claim that personhood begins before conception? Twan says.
Wait, no, isn't I feel like if we're talking like when I imagine queer eggs, I imagine them like bird eggs. So they're already out of the body of the They're past that point, I would say. They've already been ejected. They're no longer a part of the
Sorry, I just had an image of being ejected. Guys, I'm
from
out.
from
Oh
a
no!
chicken or Tom says I was absolutely an NBA middle of high school, only realized it after I've been out for some time. Yeah, I mean, I was one my whole life till I was an adult because I didn't even know what it was. We're all eggs once, and then decaf added the zygote comment. Well, okay. Look, Twandrine.
Listen, it's been a while since I studied my reproductive health. I just named the first thing I thought of. What I assume comes after the egg. Is that not what comes after egg?
When this becomes a different topic when we're talking about bodily autonomy. Aren't amazing, welcome in.
Aren't amazing.
Aren't amazing. So I always try to put an extra A in there.
Yeah. I don't think our minds.
Welcome in, aren't amazing.
Okay, I figured out how to get my dimensions again. I just overlaid the previous episode on the current one. Let me tell you, I've been so busy. I am only doing like the first stage now, and I feel bad about it. And the first stage, I mean, is like listening to the podcast and segmenting it. Oh, goodness gracious.
No worries, no worries, no worries.
Well,
thank you, Vish. I will put pet flourish for you.
Well, you say no worries, but we got deadlines. We got things to do. Like, if this doesn't get done by hopefully Wednesday, then no episode next week.
We're fine.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stress. I can't bring myself to be stressed about more than one deadline.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's not deadline for you. It's deadline for me.
Well, I know, but like the podcast technically is deadline for me and Lady Wrights too. Like our release schedule or whatever.
Pshaw.
I feel like we're just not gonna get stressed about that.
Yeah. You already did your part. You recorded 10 episodes in advance, and I'm like, yes, lots to do, but also, oh no, lots to do.
I haven't even uploaded my last 2 episodes yet, so I need to do that. I also have a short to put together.
Art Amazing says, it's so good to be back here. Been busy lately. Yeah. I wonder if you're still working for the same company I was back then. If so, for those of you who are paying attention, you might be able to put together what that company is and the meaning of that. But don't say if you are. I won't say what the name of the company is, but you can say what if you are. You know what? I can just name all the companies, all the brands I've worked for. The Hilton brand chain, all the airlines, TikTok, Ticketmaster, and Sprint. So yeah, any one of those could be like some implication of, you're still working at that company, huh? Okay, you're still working for one of those. Gotcha. Okay, Twan puts on the glasses and says, I mean, this is an interesting claim because let's take the claim that life begins at conception as arbitrary. Why exactly at conception? Do not each egg have the potential to become a person just as zygote does? So why shouldn't we treat different unfertilized eggs as persons? I guess? Basically an argument from absurdity here. I'm too sleepy for this. Listen, Tuan, I just woke up. I did two things before I went to bed, which was turn off my computer and not set an alarm. So also I forgot to
Good
drink water.
job.
I forgot to drink water before I
Well
went to
done.
bed, so I'm dehydrated and getting coffee withdrawals already. Coffee is great for sprints, but then afterwards, hoo boy.
Argument from absurdity. Okay. Twangerine, I feel like the queer egg metaphor isn't necessarily intended to be ground in reality. It's just it's just a metaphor. We could come up with something new if we don't like it.
Also,
If we think that it
I mentioned zygote before finding out what queer egg meant. So in my defense, I'm not connecting those two things. I just like was trying to understand the conversation.
romance for a character that knows next to nothing about the world and is sort of first run with
Hello
these feelings.
and welcome back
I mean,
to Two Cats Writing Podcast. I'm your host,
honestly,
Katrina, the lady writes.
just read
Katrina, the
some
lady
YA
writes.
romance because that's like most young people. Also, imagine a magic system where each egg has a soul and only lucky few souls become actualized as people. Oh my god. What's a metaphor? That was a joke.
Oh, what's a meta? Oh, okay. Good one. Nice.
Your host,
you guys,
Katrina, the lady writes.
please click the heart at the top of your chat and follow the wonderful Tom ST right here, right now. Variety streamer, fun, funny, and wonderful. Metaphor. Oh, and I just got Twan's joke. It's for ruining casual enjoyments of a game. Lol. That is what a meta is for.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, Thomas T. Awakening type romances. Yeah, there's romances like that that might not be about people from like a different world or something, but like there's people who are experiencing romance for the first time and feel very and it feels very unfamiliar to them and new and uh though I feel like that's romance every time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's that different. I'm your
here
other
with
host.
my co-host.
Small part of the plot, really important. I'm your other host, MJ from GSC Nation.
I'm your host, Katrina, the lady writes.
I'm your
here
other
with
host.
my co-host.
I'm your other host, MJ from GSC Nation. Maybe this has to be another chapter.
And we are excited to have you here today with us. We are going to be discussing querying. And this is a topic that comes up a lot in both aspects of the publishing industry. Both those who are traditional and those who are indie talk about this a lot.
Yeah, it's everybody's
aspects of the publishing industry. And this is a topic that comes up a lot in to have you here today with us. We are going to be discussing.
That's funny. So that's what this episode is about. Talking about queer. The topic is querying. Gotcha. You got to help make a video this friend was going to make, but wouldn't have time to otherwise. Oh, the beginner's guide. That's a really good game. The tarot at the end, for sure, is the most obvious, like the tower. They both kind of self-destruct at the end there. So do you see Thomas T? Do you see Davy as the king or the commoner? In the context of tarot. Right. Yes. Fantastic. I imagine a demon controlling the MJ homunculi. The first draft came in under word count. How could this happen? Double the word count. Oh my goodness. That's a good question. I'm at to spoil the game for folks. Ah, right. Maybe I'll ask when you're doing a different. No, I guess even then, if you're one of those folks who like cares about spoiling people, you wouldn't really have the opportunity to talk about it anymore. Yeah. No worries then. I'll just try to see if I can find that video and try to comment on that instead. Indeed. Like one of the reasons I personally don't, I try not to care too much about spoilers, is that I feel like it does shut down the conversation sometimes, where there's not a lot of settings where you can discuss these things, at least not publicly. And even privately, there's times where you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I can't talk about this. So I'm just gonna stop talking. But understandable if no folks do care about spoilers. Yeah. I shall check it out on the YouTube, Thomas T.
Querying. And this is a topic that comes up a lot in both aspects of the publishing industry. Both those who are traditional and those who are indie talk about this a lot.
Yeah, it's everybody's favorite and most despised thing, I think. So it's good for us to get around to talking about it. I feel like we should start. Okay, so you have queried and I have queried, and obviously we made very different decisions and chose different paths based on our experiences with that. And I feel like your experience with querying was very bad, and we should start with yours probably. Do you want to tell us what?
My experience with querying is very bad in the understanding of what the industry is today and what it should have been when I was submitting.
Yeah.
As a new author, I started sharing one of my stories on Twitter at the time in excerpts, and I would link parts and I would share the parts that I was most excited about. And I had first a person who explained the querying process to me reached out, explained it to me, and I got excited, looked it up, and started that process kind of half-heartedly because the book wasn't done.
Can
But
you
as I
just
was
for context? Just for context, can you tell like when-ish? You don't have to exactly say what like year this was, but like roughly around when was this?
2000s.
Get around.
Who are traditional and those who are indie talk about this a lot.
Yeah, it's everybody's favorite and most despised I was like not thing, I think. Paying attention to chat because I'm like trying to figure out this like kind of tricky section of book 2.
It's all good.
But I'm laughing at this at some of the stuff I'm seeing here.
Yeah. Thomas T has some interesting opinions about the beginner's guide and its relation to tarot, or how it can be interpreted through the tarot cards and deck. I'm looking forward to that video. And yes, I already mentioned this, but to answer Thomas T in a way that MJ can hear, while MJ can hear, I'm part of the Discord, so you can. I'll probably like look for your no, I'm more subscribed to your YouTube, your friend's YouTube, so I can find that video and maybe ask questions in that comment section, because I can't ask questions during Thomas T's live stream because Thomas T looks like their policy on spoilers that they don't want to do that. So live platform not the best place to ask, but a comment section of a analysis video should be okay. Thank you, Thomas T. I appreciate it.
So it's good for us to get around to talking about it. I feel like we should start. Okay, so you have good for us to get around to talking about it. I feel like we should start. Okay, so you have queried and I have queried, and obviously we made very different decisions and chose different paths based on
Ah, yes, understandable, Thomas D. It's just tough for me personally to reconcile uh, conversation with spoilers, but understandably, everyone wants to like have their own experience. I'm not gonna live long enough to actually like be able to wait for everyone in the entire world to, or for everyone to have the same experience as I do, so I can like talk about spoilers. So I can't care about spoilers, or I shouldn't. Because I'll say, like, I've been upset by spoilers, like once, and it was about Reverse 999. Someone like told me a plot point about the CN release, and I'm like, no. But you know, I really uh should not care because I can't have conversations around these like media now when um everyone's experience is so fractured already. If I close myself off to hearing people's like stories because I haven't like seen it myself, that cuts off like a vast majority of conversations and perspectives that I would not be able to experience otherwise because I am like being careful around spoilers for myself. So yeah, personally, I I am trying. Sorry, personally, I shouldn't and don't care about people talking about spoilers around me, but I understand that other people do. Right, right. Because man, you fully have the time to um like go through the entire thing. But imagine what was that game be like? Yeah, imagine like 100-hour RPG like that, um, and you only have like 24 hours to live. Like, I I don't want to like cut off conversation about the ending that I'm not going to see anyway. Oh, right, right. Gameplay experience is different from plot experience. Yep, yep. I guess more specific to this game in particular, though. I get why Thomas T is saying they can't talk about the points there because the entire game is narrative based.
Our experiences with that. And I feel like your experience with querying was very bad, and we should start with yours probably. Do you want to tell us what?
My experience with querying is very bad in the
Um,
and what it should have been when I was submitting.
yeah.
As a new author, I started sharing one of my stories on Twitter at the time in excerpts, and I would link parts and I would share the parts that I was most excited about. And I had first a person who explained the querying process to me reached out, explained it to me, and I got excited, looked it up, and started that process. Kind of.
Oh, you'd like an example of how someone could ruin Breath of the Wild for someone else? Um, well, Breath of the Wild has a lot of game mechanics that don't get explained right away. But if you're on a second playthrough, or if you're looking it up, you can actually do a lot of these things early. So, yeah, exactly, Twan. You tell them the answer to the problem before then they figure it out themselves. So if you wanted to spoil Breath of the Wild for someone else, you would tell them about all these game mechanics and the solutions to puzzles before they've like actually got into it. I assume. Yeah, right, right. They're like they're taking their first steps and they just got the glider and you tell them about rockets and um building machines that they can't do anything with yet. Yeah. Yep. Exactly, Twan. So there is a way. That I wouldn't mind.
Our experiences with that. And
Kind of. Half-heartedly because the book wasn't done.
can
But
you,
as I
just
was
for context, can you tell, like, when-ish, you don't have to exactly say what, like, year this was, but, like, roughly around when was this?
2007, 2008?
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Would have been somewhere in that range. And then in 2009 is the first time I had what was introduced to me as an agent reach out to me based on what I was sharing. Now, ultimately, I ended up with two people who identified themselves as agents that reached out to me based on what I was sharing, and they both really liked my story, and they both really were very enthusiastic about it for a little while. However, one of them I'm pretty sure was a scammer. The other one I think was a brand new agent who was unproven and just happened to like my story, to be honest with you. And that's based on the conversations that I had with both of these people. Now, the red flags the scammer gave me was that they didn't come right out and say I was going to have to contribute any money.
Oh.
But they gave me enough of a red flag that said, I'm not actually going to sign you if I don't get what I want, basically. And it sounded like money, an upfront something. Even though they hadn't said those words exactly, there was like the stories you hear about groomers. That's what it kind of felt like.
Yeah. Well, and yeah. And we should state, like, really upfront, just in case there's anybody who doesn't listen to the rest of this podcast and, like, this is as far as they get. If any agent asks for money, suggests that you should spend money, refers you to editorial services or any other kind of thing where you would be spending money, it's a scam. Like, just straight out, it's a scam. Like, walk away right that minute. Agents work on commission only. They only get paid when you get paid, and they get paid directly, from the publishers. So you should never, ever, ever, ever be giving an agent money or their, like, third party whoever money. A lot of times when they say, like, oh, I would totally sign you, but you need some editorial work, and I'm gonna need you to work with this editor. Here's their fees, or here's they send you. They usually get a kickback from that. Like, it's a deal that they have with someone, and that is part of the scam. Like, all of that is a scam. If there's money anywhere in there that is not flowing directly to you, it is a scam. So just putting that out there.
That applies to any of the publishers that you may apply to directly in a small press capacity. There are hybrid publishers that are not your vanity press, and those are different. They're going to be completely transparent with you up front. They're not going to sell you a quote package deal, and they will support you in your sales. They may not do all the sales marketing for you, but they will support you because they'd much rather see you succeed and come back to them with another book where you're both working together again. Whereas a vanity press doesn't care. They want your money and you're not going to be guaranteed quality or anything.
Well, because, like, the whole point, the hybrid thing is, like, it's sort of like you're the author and the publisher are sharing the financial risk, right? Basically, like, that's the kind of the concept up front. You're sharing the financial risk, and then you're also sharing in the profits from whatever you get.
Exactly. And you have to keep that in mind because it's so easy for us as indies to get sucked into some of these vanity presses versus a hybrid because they look very similar, but they're really not. And vanity press are there to prey on you. They want all your money. They don't really care if you succeed. They're going to tell you you need some huge print run instead of offering you the services on a POD until you are ready for a print run. And that will happen if you stick with this. But if you're not ready right away and they don't offer you that as an option, they're probably just trying to take your money.
Yeah. Well, because for those presses, those like kind of scam presses, the product for them is not actually the book that they're selling.
Mhm.
Like that's not actually their business model. It's not making money from selling books. They're making money off of you, the author. Like that's their business model is authors pay them money. It really doesn't have anything to do with selling your books. And you hear so many really terrible stories about like books just never even, they people hand over all their money and don't even get a book.
Or if they do, it's such poor quality
yeah,
that you're gonna really
they can
regret
never
having
sell it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so
and you don't need a huge print run, no matter what they try to tell you.
right.
You're
No,
just getting started. It's gonna come. It doesn't mean it has to be today.
So you had those people contact you. You figured out one of them was kind of a scammer, and the other one you didn't really see how they had the contacts and stuff to really
Breath of the Wild about its philosophy. Actually, it's fun to cheat, but with the Coralie, it's only fun to cheat if you figure out yourself. And there's like competitions of scenery that the Breath of the Wild just wanted you to experience through how they lay out the roads, and you kind of cheat yourself out of the first time experience if you climb over everything. I don't know, I love Breath of the Wild. It truly was an incredible game that felt magical. Yeah. Not for me, I don't think. I actually prefer my experience as linear. Weirdly enough. Like, give me an open world to explore, but don't give me too much freedom, because my ADHD and analysis powers will kick in and be like, oh, you have so much things to do. Why don't you just like stand here for the next 30 minutes and think about that? If you just like think about what you want to do first before you do it, then you'll have a better experience. So just like keep planning that out for the next, oh, I don't know, half a year. And before you know it, I haven't like progressed from the beginning area in half a year. Which is exactly what happened to Final Fantasy 15, which I'll be playing again at some point. I'm still in the beginning area. I hit level 99. But I haven't like progressed the plot in the 6 years it came out. It was pre-COVID, so. Ugh.
And I can hear everybody again.
Hello.
Hello.
I didn't
Welcome
even
back.
see how far it got into the interview. Or not interview. Podcast.
Yeah, I do have to apologize, your lady rights. I have not been able to make much headway in the next episode. Literally in the beginning stage today.
Okay.
I was supposed to like work on it last Friday. Oh, actually, you didn't hear this story yet. I'll just tell it again. So my room was being cleaned and fumigated, so I had to like step out of it, right? And that's where my computer is. And supposedly I would only stay, outside of it for maybe an hour or two, and then I can move back in and do the editing and sleep in my own bed, So I went to the living room and decided to just like stick around and wait while that was being done. And so I sat down on the couch, which is fine for staying for a while, but not for sleeping. And there are now 7 dogs living in my home. One of my family members just moved in recently, and they brought 2 of their dogs with them. So now there are 7 dogs living in the home, and both of them are very affectionate. And both of them decided, oh, this person who is hardly like around, because I'm usually in my room, right, editing or working on things or streaming, is here now. So let's just go ahead and like jump on and get cuddles. And then one of them started sitting on my chest, and the other thought, oh, that's a good idea.
Oh.
So, MJ's muted.
Huh? I'm
No.
not muted.
Okay, I saw your mouth moving. All good. Anyway.
I might have just who knows what I was doing.
Yeah.
Bah, 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 bah.
So anyway, my room was cleaned already, but I couldn't move because 2 dogs were on my chest, and they were like, one of them was like half asleep already, and I didn't want to bother them to get them off. So I was like, oh, I'll just like wait a couple minutes. They'll move eventually. 20 minutes later, I'm like, well, this is my day now. And then a couple minutes after that, I fell asleep. Terribly uncomfortable because I'm like, in order to make sure they don't fall off, I was like putting my hand on one of their backs, and then the other hand is just like finding space between these 2 dogs who are sitting on my chest to like rest. So I slept kind of crooked on the couch for a couple hours, and then by the time they actually got off while I was sleeping, I woke up and I was like, okay, I know I gotta edit the episode today, but I need to sleep in a proper bed to like get these backaches off. And as pleasant as it was having dogs like be around me, I now need the extra rest. And so by the time like the day had ended, I was like, oh, I haven't edited any of the podcast. I haven't even heard it yet. And now here we are. Yep. So I'm still in the first stage of the 3-stage process, which is listening, adding music, and segmenting and adding captions.
So we should be quiet then, huh?
No, all good.
Okay.
I've been accidentally doing that anyway, just because I'm in
Yeah.
the zone.
The thing about
I put a
the
poll out
first
on my
stage,
stream because I'm not sure where to start next.
oh, you made a poll. Nice. First stage and yeah, first stage I'm able to like stream while doing it at the same time. It's really just
Okay.
segmenting.
In 2009.
My watch tells me I should stand up, so what I'm gonna do is take a really
Roughly
quick break,
around
and I'll be
when
right back.
was this?
I hear good things about breaks.
Second stage I can also do while on the stream, because really that's just math. It does require a little bit more focus though, because I'm like thinking of the visual to go with what you guys are saying.
You don't have to exactly say what like year this was, but like
Well, you do such a great job with it. Okay. And what it should.
That is the goal.
Do you want to tell us what?
My experience, you give me a reason to actually have fun watching it. So
I think
there's
we should
that.
start with yours probably.
And I recorded it. Hello, Angel. How are you? I do have to pour coffee. Somebody says I should write for an hour. The other option is to create shorts for 1 hour. You guys would all be taken along with that chaos. So I see why the vote is for me to write for an hour. And now we have 1 for 1. A nap. Naps are beautiful. How's your story coming? Okay, so that didn't help. We have one for one, guys. That doesn't. The indecisive mind needed a decision.
Did they tie the pole?
Huh?
Did they tie the pole?
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, chat.
Thank you guys so much. But I do need to figure out why my model doesn't seem to think that I need to talk or that she needs to talk when I'm talking. Yeah.
Whenever I put up a poll, it's actually because, you know, we're all smaller streamers here. I always make sure it's not the like one vote per person poll. Because if people aren't really like actively watching, they can't really vote on the poll, right? So I make the point system so that people who are actively watching get the spam points into it and actually keep it from becoming a tie. And it's always the 1 point poll because I don't want to burn people's points on just me having indecision.
I see it as an excuse to use a lot of the people who lurk in the chat are here for ages. Wait, why didn't that pop up? Well, that should have popped up. I don't see it.
It's because we're in shared chat. Bots don't usually react in shared chat.
I have yours, though, pulled up on another screen and I didn't see it pop up. Not just another tab, actually.
Oh, because I typed into MJ's chat as a mod. So it'll show up in MJ's chat instead of mine. Yep.
That makes total sense.
The bots don't show up. Well, most bots don't show up among across chats.
Yeah, for some reason mine do.
Because you're using third-party bots. Ironically enough, it's the bots that aren't partnered with Twitch that can share across chats. The ones that are partnered, like Stream Elements, are hidden. You would think.
Well, I do use Stream Elements, and I actually use both Stream Elements and Streamlabs. Nobody said I was normal, and they both seem to. When I do that on my chat, it comes up in the shared chat.
Huh. Interesting. I thought that was a different bot.
That one.
Because it's scripted to like say things even when we're not here.
That one actually. Well, yeah, no, you can set timers up on both of.
Oh, they're just timers.
Yeah, I don't
okay.
have any of my
I thought they were reacting to people because I noticed that they would say like specific things whenever someone show up.
I do have a couple of things set up like that. But podcasts. Never mind. It's in my other chats. That's
Do you want to tell us what?
That's why mine's weird. Okay. I have 3 things. Okay, when I started streaming for ages ago, I set up certain commands on Streamlabs. That was my first stream asset thing.
Right.
And then I went to Stream Elements for different reasons that I still use both in different capacities. And most of my timers are set up there, but I did start moving to mix it up because I multi-stream now. So it occurred to me to double check that after you were saying the third party. I didn't think this one was there. It is.
There it is.
So that's why it does that.
Yeah, so both Streamlabs and Stream Elements are partnered with Twitch, so their bots shouldn't work across shared chats. But because you're using Mix It Up, that's what's allowing it, I guess.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
MJ's stream crashed. I think.
Oh no.
Yeah, MJ's stream crashed.
Okay, there. I got them back here, so now I gotta go refresh on my.
Yeah.
Over here.
Oh, okay. MJ's stream is back. Who shall be first? Who shall claim it?
They are. They're back up. I've got them back up. Okay, now I need to add. My experience with querying is very bad in the understanding of what the industry is today and what it should have been when I was submitting.
Yeah.
As a new author, I started sharing one of my stories on Twitter at the time in excerpt.
Actually, rather than writing this as the lady writes personal experience, I think a better segment would be online querying first. That seems to be the topic of the conversation. MJ stream is just loading for me. Oh no, there it is. Finally kicked in.
I've returned.
Hello. Your stream restarted while you were gone.
Oh. Oh, how great.
Mm-hmm.
I brought a protein bar. Maybe my stream's the one that needs it. Oh, I have to. Oh, crap. I'm not in the shared chat anymore.
No, I see you in the shared. I see you in it. That doesn't mean anything, obviously.
Yeah.
At least I don't think I am. Oh, maybe I am.
No. Lady writes, when someone stream cameras like that, you have to like, there's the button above our names that says end share chat. Just click it and then click it again to re-enable MJ here. The green one.
Okay, but MJ started the share chat.
Oh, it's MJ who started the share chat, not you?
I started it, yeah.
Okay, then MJ has to be the one to restart it, yeah. You don't have to make a new one, just click on the share chat again. It's above our names.
I'll have to find the where I did it. Start share chat. There we go.
There, yeah. Yep.
Did it work?
It worked.
Okay. Haha. Yeah, I learned how. It was my first time trying it. It took me a while. No lie.
I know I sent the invite to you once I saw that I could. I didn't think I could because I thought whoever opened it, I was experimenting.
These protein bars are weirdly good.
Okay, so that is supposed to be a timer. The timer, and this is why I don't get this right with. This is why I do my timers in the others because I don't get this right in. Mix it up. Yes, unlock it. I need. Oh, we like the troublemaker who doesn't nap. Lots of hugs and kisses to Tiny people. Okay, it does pose like it's supposed to.
As I have more coffee.
I did something.
This was going so fast yesterday, the thing that I'm working on. I've just hit like this part that's really hard all of a sudden. And now I'm like, stop panicking that you're not going to get finished. Because I think I am. Like, I just gotta.
No panics.
I have till Tuesday to finish it, but.
You got time. You're good. Okay, we'll see how long it takes for that to actually show up on its own if I did it right. That would be beautiful. Because in theory, that'll stay up, and then when it's time to put, oh, I need to go back. I can always tell when my meds kick in.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of a sudden, all the organization I've been tending to do actually falls into place in my brain.
Good job.
It's beautiful.
What a gift.
Spinning again. Oh no, no, no. Munches. Oh, it popped. It came up all by itself. Okay. Okay. And I would link story, and they both. Okay, I'm going to grab my coffee. I was going to have to contribute any money. I mean, coffee.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of this podcast and like this is
And
as
while
far
I
as they
do
get.
that, for those
If
who are
any
in my
agent
chat, we have an ad break in 10 minutes.
money
Before then,
anywhere in there directly to you.
exactly. And you have to keep that in mind because it's so easy for us as indies to get
I'm gonna
sucked
try that
into
whole thing
some of
again.
the
I'm sure it's probably the wrong
vanity
poll because I
presses
don't
versus
fully understand how to do the points version.
is a
Mhm.
Possibly
hybrid
because my brain was not
because
focused
they look
enough.
very similar, but they're really not. And
Yeah.
vanity press are there to prey on you. They want all your money. They don't really care if you succeed. They're going to tell you you need some huge print run instead of offering you the services on a POD until you are.
Okay, so technically it's there, but obviously not necessary.
Mm.
I'm gonna snooze those so that. Okay, so ad breaks will ads will be here in like 15 minutes. Okay, so already it's 50-50 again. So there's that. Yay! Okay, and
Oh. Oh. Okay, big news.
Oh?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me do a little bit more research on this. If this is, it seems true. There's a lot of articles now. Holy cow.
What?
Wait one sec.
You're building this up for us. Thank you so much.
I know.
Sorry. I have to like really make sure this is true.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right now it's unclear. So I'll wait and see, but like it looks like the AI bubble is starting to burst a little bit. As Sora AI, their stock just crashed. And also their user
It's
base
about time.
also crashed.
Huh.
It's about time.
Hoping that's an indicator of more to come, but we shall see.
I hope so too.
Huh?
That's
Right now
great
there are a
news.
few articles, but like maybe it's a bit too early to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I was actually just on YouTube to like listen to the episode and do some audio mixing, so I should do that.
Maybe.
My algorithm now actually shows me news because I actively seek it out. So like the first thing I saw was like several videos of being like Sora AI, stock crash, user crash, and I'm like, wait, really? Yes? Is the AI bubble finally bursting? Are we finally going to be free?
Well, we knew it was coming. You don't build up any new
anything technology, just in general, it builds up, it bursts because people get all on board like before they even have a clue what it does, which is ridiculous.
Oh, I bet
And
it. I think I. Okay, you
so
guys, actually,
we've been
off
waiting for
topic.
this.
I think I have to stop
Go
my
for it.
stream and restart it because I saw that Mom J said it was still spinning, and I see the number of dropped frames is large. So I think I have a bad
Okay.
server.
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave and come back, and then I'll restart the share chat again. All right.
Okay.
See you
I'll be
soon.
right back, you guys.
Alrighty. I'm gonna grab coffee real quick. It's made. I just have to like put it in the cup. So I will be right back to you.
Okay.
Right. I'm streaming. Mine was very fast. I just stopped and started again, and now I just need to restart the share chat. Restarting the shared chat.
Thank you. While you're doing that,
And
just want to thank.
hopefully that's.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, and Lady Rise is getting a raid from Sarlacc, but she
Hello,
just stepped
Sarlacc.
away, I think.
Welcome in,
Sarlacc, thank you so
Raiders.
much for raiding the Lady Rights. Welcome, Raiders.
Yeah, there's no slash Sarlacc 73 shoutout command. There's a shoutout Sarlacc 73 command. I can type. No. I think later will be going for at least another hour.
I'm typing in the chat when when Sarlacc certainly can hear me. This is silly because we're sharing a chat. But yeah, I think she went to get more coffee or something like that, right?
Yep, more
Is that
coffee.
what she said? Yeah, more coffee. You guys, please click the heart at the top of your chat and follow the wonderful Sarlacc right here, right now. Coffee's important, so you'll accept it. Excellent, excellent.
Ready for a print run.
Sarlacc, how was your stream?
And that will
What'd you do today?
happen if you stick with this. But if you're not,
You're back with the
ready.
troublemaker, Angel.
Welcome back, Lady Rights.
So much for the forgiveness on the coffee. I appreciate that. I could hear everything as I was in the other right away, and they don't offer you that as an option. They're probably just trying to take your money.
Yeah. You have Raiders.
Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for coming over. How are you? How are your stream? How is your stream? How are things going? And and it looks like Decaf's an ad. Show game called Botany Manor. Female horologist, writing her herbarium. Okay, puzzle games are cool. Ooh. Okay, that actually sounds really interesting. I may have to investigate this one. Botany Manor. I am writing that down. For after, I have 5 seconds to breathe. If somebody knows what's going to be. How was your stream? How are you? And thank you for popping in. Jeppers, Peppers, welcome in.
Peppers, welcome.
Botanist, that I believe. Understood. Good
Mine is
thinking
right
skills.
after the puzzle.
You require great mental energy and gymnastics.
Oh, folks in my chat, by the way, please refresh in my chat if you can't see
Okay, did the
things.
shout out go properly? I don't even know if it did, so we're gonna fix that.
I do seem to have a better server now, no dropped frames.
Yeah.
Good. All right. I hope that refreshed. If you are not following Starlight, you should be. If you are in my chat, you will absolutely love their streams. I have fun when I'm lurking in them. They're good while I'm getting stuff done. You should definitely go over there and say hello and give them a follow. And I do not have a very good welcome in Raiders message, like repeat thing that the far more professional streamers I'm streaming with obviously do.
Far more professional.
But I'm grateful for your company and I'm glad you guys made it. Here we are going to write, I think. Is that what the poll said? I have no idea what the poll actually said though. So I guess I'm just gonna write because whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an author and all, but I also have like a million other things to do.
Totally valid.
No, today is productivity. Huh?
Totally valid.
Oh,
Am I not coming through clearly?
please go stretch, get some
Yeah, you are.
yum
Okay.
yums. Take good care of you. Relieve the stress of your laptop if it's overheating.
I hear you, Decaf.
Thank you.
I hear you too. Sorry.
No, it gets complicated when there's like raiders you're trying to greet and people and chats and things and
A little.
Things do get complicated.
Also, I went for coffee and found out that what I actually made was tea. Hello and welcome back to Two Cats Writing Podcast. This coffee should never be see-through to the point where you can, Katrina, the lady writes. No,
Oh, I
I'm
see.
your
You're being
other
coffee, but
co-host.
it wasn't coffee. I'm your other host, MJ from DSC Nation.
And we are excited
if I want
to
my
have
drink
you here
to
today
be
with us.
see-through,
We
I will
are
make
going to be
tea,
discussing
and I'm good with that.
querying. And this is a topic that comes up a lot.
That's not where I was going for today.
Both aspects
So
of
did
the
you have to
publishing
remake
industry, both those who are traditional
Yeah.
and
Gonna be-
those
I'll
who
be back
are
up here in a
indie
few
talk
minutes
about
to
this a
go
lot.
do that.
Yeah, it's everybody's
'Cause I am
favorite
not-
and most
if I wanted
despised.
to drink hot water, I could do that too. It would taste better. It's terrible because I got a Jamaican mocha blend that Kitten Sapphire got for me as a generous gift.
No, it
because
was
apparently
more.
I like coffee a
Well,
little
like
bit.
I've kind of explained before with
And this will be
the
the
indie
second or third time
versus
that I've made it. And each
traditional
time
at the time.
I have not made it right.
I was single mom with
Yeah,
2 under 5 or 206.
third time's a
And-
charm.
That's
I don't
well
know.
6 and under. Whatever. Timing.
maybe maybe on repair. We'll see.
Well, I'm sure it can't hold a candle to my coffee this morning, which is coffee that's in the pot still from 2 days ago that I just reheated.
Nice.
I have done that so often. I actually stopped doing that.
I was single mom
after,
with
Yeah.
2 under 5 or 2 under.
after
sorry,
I did
200
it and made my stomach nauseous
Mm,
and realized apparently I can get nauseous from that, which did not occur
Yeah.
to me.
I've been
not
trying
a
for
good reason.
financial reasons. I have a new, like lately, I tried to stretch out my pot of coffee for 3 days. So
Uh-huh.
far, so good.
I understand that.
So far, still
I'll make a
alive.
fresh
I'd
pot
run into
tomorrow.
that here pretty
What did you say, Decaf?
So far, still alive.
Yeah, so far.
Usually coffee is part of my morning routine, except for when I transition with medicine, because the first couple of weeks on my meds after I haven't taken them for a while is usually an adventure. use your coffee for 3 days, sometimes for one pot.
Mhm.
Mom J, you are awesome.
Mom J. See, this is where I learned these tricks from.
I like I, s- I- if I would still be doing it if it didn't upset my stomach that one time. It was just a really severe thing that I was just
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm actually down.
You want to avoid.
If nausea takes me down, that I'm not good. Oh, see now that's also that's also a good adjustment. I drink coffee and I drink water, and sometimes I drink bubbler, which is like coffee,
Yeah.
but not coffee flavored.
Now, unlike Lady Wright's Mom J and GSC Nation, I'm trying not to build an immunity to poison, so I don't drink coffee super often. Um, I'll drink coffee maybe like once every 2 weeks or once a month. And I had my coffee yesterday, so now I'm like suffering withdrawal.
Oh man.
My one coffee for the, I guess, month, because I haven't like had coffee since January.
See.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And real quick
If you knew
segue,
that would be
because
so
that
sad.
that does like go into the thing here where I'm supposed to be a good streamer and say
Professional.
yeah.
Like Lady Wright said, we were.
Thank you for the donation from Cruz Chen. This is actually not a donation, but rather a payment for participating in the game show collab I was part of yesterday. For those who remember or who were there, the reason I did a 16-hour stream yesterday was so that I could do all the collaborations. And the last collaboration was a game show between the reverse 1999 content creators. So I got paid to be there, and that is the donation just now. Sorry,
I'm
right?
so glad that. I was just say I'm so glad you're one of their content creators now and
Yeah.
one of their people.
So big thank you to Cruz Chen for having me there and also paying me to be there. I will use that money towards the music video. I have to calculate now how much I earned from Twitch this month because it's the last month for crowdfunding the music video project. I believe we're at $260 or $270 out of 300. So I might have to pay a little bit out of pocket temporarily, but I'll earn it back eventually. Yeah. So thank you so much. I will put that towards the music video project, which we're waiting on, I think, Eli first, and then everyone else will do their recordings after. Some of them did already start, but I want to make sure the timing's all good so I can put it together and make it cohesive.
That makes sense.
If anyone in the chat would like to support the project, there's two ways you can do it. You could donate directly, buy subs, or use bits. Or the second way, when it's much easier, is just watch the ads when they come up. Ad revenue is the biggest source of funding for the music video project. So I appreciate the lurkers in the chat. No matter which side of the stream you're on, it does help. So sorry, back to coffee. You guys are stretching out your coffee pot for 3 days now?
Yeah, 3 days. Me 3 days. Mom J for 3 or 4. She says.
It's very economical. I could probably. It's like it's kind of like using half a tea bag, and then using the other half later.
Kind of, except like at least you get the full strength of the coffee because like I make a full pot of coffee like with the amount of coffee that goes for a full pot of coffee.
It
But
doesn't
whereas
mean it has to be today.
there was a time when I would drink that entire pot in a day.
Right.
And then there were other times where I would make fresh coffee every day and I would make a smaller amount. I would make a half pot, but it doesn't take much less coffee to make a half pot or a full pot, like in terms of how much coffee I have to put in the coffee maker. So it wasn't really that economical to like do a half pot, but when I do a full pot and then stretch it out, I found that's the most economical way for me to stretch out my coffee,
There you go.
where I use the least of it to get the most coffee out of
Mhm.
it.
So what I started doing is I got a pour over. Do you know what those
Better
are?
coffee than what I
I
have.
think.
Yes.
I wouldn't call that better coffee. It's no different than regular drip coffee that you put through a coffee maker. It's just that you heat up the water like on a kettle or in the microwave or something, and you pour in just what you need,
Hmm.
and that's all you get. It's what's helped me stretch it.
I see.
I like my coffee maker doing the work for me. And then I actually admit I like not having to think about making new coffee
Mhm.
for a couple of days before I have to make more.
As you do.
See, my absolute
it pleases my lack
spoiled
of executive function.
my absolute spoiled self, because I don't know what else to call it. I have a grind and brew coffee
Mhm.
maker that I can't really use because it wakes everybody up. Absolutely loved when I had that scheduled and set up the night before. And I'd set a timer so it would go off right about 5 o'clock, right before stream started. So as I was prepping stream, the coffee would be back in the background percolating. I just had to pour it in the cup. It was
That's
beautiful.
ready to go.
It was fresh coffee, like the beans were ground right before I got to drink it.
It's really good.
Oh, it is. And then I'd end up wasting a cup or two because it makes a full pot when I set it up.
Right.
Because
Right.
my executive function doesn't understand that I'm not always going to drink the same amount every day. Which is what led me to drinking coffee that made my stomach nauseous. And yeah, so I had to adjust.
Serious coffee people in the chat might want to close their ears for a second while I admit that also for economic reasons we've been getting my coffee lately has been a Costco store brand pre-ground that comes in a giant bag and lasts for like several months.
Okay.
It's not the best coffee, you guys, but it isn't the worst, oddly enough. But it's not freshly ground. It is Costco store brand. But it's so much cheaper. It's like by far the cheapest coffee that I could get.
The Great Value brand is actually pretty good for coffee, especially for being a store brand.
It's not terrible, and on the first day, the day it's fresh, it tastes pretty good, and then the other 2 days, it's fine.
And sometimes that's all you need.
Not as good as it's not as good as the first day, but it's fine.
Drinking coffee for the flavor. Imagine.
I do drink coffee for the flavor, actually,
I
but
do too. I like coffee.
but it's
I like milk.
fine.
I like I like my milk with some coffee sometimes.
That sounds good too.
I miss when I was growing up in New York. I would walk to either the bus stop, depending on where I was at for school, especially if there was a deli on the way. And I could walk to either the bus stop or to the school, and it's like $1.25 to get a coffee and a bagel. I want that back so bad. Oh, that was just like the most perfect. And it was just, I'm sure not even the most fancy coffee, but there was something about being able to walk in and 2 minutes later walk out with his bagel with like 1.5 inches of cream cheese between it and a hot cup of coffee on my way to school. It was beautiful.
Cream cheese is good.
Great. Yeah, coffee. Oh god, yeah. That's that coffee and bagel with cream cheese. That coffee and bagel combo is like can't be beat. It's been a while since I had that, but it's good. It's good. It's good.
I miss it so much. I've tried to do it at home, but apparently at this stage, when you're no longer in high school, an inch and a half of cream cheese gives you a little bit more around the waist.
Just a little bit.
And also, I wasn't
Oh.
walking to school anymore, so apparently that's a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, seriously, I've only left this cat out for 2 seconds and she started picking both. Okay, they're very cute. I'm gonna go deal with this and put her back in the kennel, I guess, because
Just for a little bit.
this is so not cool. She was in there all night. I figured it was time to stretch her legs, and her answer was, let me start terrorizing everybody. I love her so much.
Yes. I will get to have good coffee again one day. That's the way I look at the Costco store brand coffee pre-ground. Is that's for now, and one day I'll be in a financial position to have good coffee again.
Someday soon.
Regularly. I don't anticipate it being very soon, but hopefully sooner than I think.
I'm just here like drinking my water, trying to get the coffee out of my system. The sooner the better.
Me and Lady Wrights like gulping down coffee, like chugging coffee, and Decaf's like trying to detox from coffee.
Okay, it's the most effective for me if I take it in small doses. Sorry, in large doses, sporadically, rather than all throughout my life, with an IV drip connected to my veins, like you guys seem to do.
No. The weird thing about me is like I can just stop drinking coffee and it doesn't really have any effect on my body or anything. I just kind of miss it. Like I like the ritual and I like the taste and I like the warm cup. But I don't know why. But I don't seem to develop, or at least not easily enough to have ever done it. I don't seem to develop like chemical reliances on things, really. You know what I mean? Like I don't seem to easily become dependent on any types of like chemical stuff like drugs or coffee, like anything particularly. Like I usually can just like stop whatever the thing is with no repercussions whatsoever. Not that I've ever tried, like obviously I'm not I have, and nor would I ever get into any kind of like hard drugs or anything like that. So I suspect that there is no person in the world who isn't susceptible to that, because that's what they're intended to do. But yeah, I've never had anything that I felt like chemically addicted to. And I've never experienced like withdrawal from stuff like that.
Right.
Like coffee or anything like that, but
I don't recall feeling any withdrawals. I do know that I absolutely have always loved coffee from the time I started drinking it, some variation or method. I like the flavor. Like MJ was saying, there's something about the warmth and having that as a way to start the day. It's just beautiful to me.
Ritual.
Right.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But counter argument, the thing with chemicals in the body and stuff is that usually as long as you keep putting the chemicals in, you don't feel the negative effects.
Well, but I've stopped drinking coffee for like months, months or years at a time with no effect.
So I. Yeah, and
That's the thing.
can drink I think it might be the ADHD, to be honest, because the brain works differently. But
Well, right. I mean, it definitely is for me. Like, I know now that coffee was sort of self-medicating for ADHD without me knowing it. But yeah, my brain reacts differently to stimulants than it would if I didn't have ADHD.
Right.
and I have zero problem. Like I can take a full cup of regular coffee. This is before I even tried decaf, but I can drink a full cup of coffee at like 8, 9 o'clock at night and fall asleep just fine.
Oh, same.
Nice.
Zero.
I take Adderall and then take a nap.
Mara. Yeah. I do the same with my concert. It's the same concept. It's it doesn't change that stuff. It just makes it like it's easier to actually follow through with the things you're already doing or wanting to do. Your brain feels awake enough, clear enough.
I think we could have a bad experience with it if we have too much. Like I think if we were, for instance, taking a too large dose of our meds, like if we're really over medicated with them, we might start to experience the same kind of things that someone who doesn't have ADHD would experience on them. And likewise, it's been rare that I drank too much coffee, but there were a couple of times, now looking back in college, where I recall having somewhere around 15 to 20 cups at night at like while I was working on something, like just not because I needed it to stay awake, but just because I was working on something and so I just had more. And there were a couple of times where I started to like have that feeling of being like that like weird wired feeling that I think other people describe as being over caffeinated or over having too much of a stimulant of some kind. It's rare that I've experienced it, but a couple times I have. But I had to like have a lot for that to occur. Probably because it took that much to like overwhelm the part that was just like making up for my ADHD.
Right.
I just didn't know I had ADHD at the time. But it took a pretty high dose for it to be a problem.
So again, tolerance.
I guess, but like
I think it's a natural
tolerance,
thing.
but right, that's the thing. It's like the dopamine deficiency is there to start with. So like you can have a lot of the thing, and to a certain point all it's doing is making up for what your brain lacks. So okay, so you had those people contact you, you figured out one of them was kind of a scammer and the other one you didn't really see
because our brains are
how they had the contacts and stuff to really
when you exceed that
amount
it was
like sell your book
that you started
successfully. Is that kind of how
you
felt?
kind of a fixed
no,
amount.
it was more.
I don't think that
well, like
changes
I've kind of
necessarily.
explained
So it's
before.
like you're not really building up a tolerance unless you like go way above that a lot of times. And like a cups of coffee isn't going to do that. Like for me, like I said, it took like 15 or 20 cups of coffee to get to a point where I was starting to have a weird effect. And it wasn't, I don't think because I drank so much coffee, it was because that's how many cups it took to make up for the deficit that my brain was starting out with, which was just there.
I know during college, that is true. And those of us who are probably both, it's compounded in different ways.
Yeah.
When I was dealing with college era myself and my ex was in college actively at this point. He started drinking energy drinks like they were the greatest thing in the world. Only the way he did it, I tried, and it did give me the jitters. It did make me uncomfortable, and he didn't think it would because I do drink coffee the way I drink coffee. But this was like a Red Bull followed immediately by a Sobe green tea.
Mhm.
And I have never had jitters like that since, ever. Even on my ADHD meds for the first time, I did not have. That was a totally different level of whatever that was.
My ADHD
And
meds the first time I took a nap.
Mhm.
Because my brain was finally quiet. Like I could finally calm
Uh-huh.
down. But I did have like a similarly, I never liked, but I don't know whether, in retrospect, I don't know whether it was because I had a bad reaction to it or I just like really didn't like it because I really didn't like the taste. They used to sell, I don't think they sell this anymore. But when I was in college, they used to sell Jolt, which was like a
I
soda, like
do. Jolt is
a
making a
super
comeback.
Jolt is making a comeback. Anyway, so they had Jolt in all our soda machines at school. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Um, it didn't feel right, and I didn't like the taste, and I thought it was I really didn't appreciate the Jolt. I drank it a few times because like everyone tells you, oh, this will help you stay awake. But I don't know
Mm-mm.
that those things ever really did help me stay awake. Like now, because I didn't know I had ADHD and I didn't know like how my brain was responding to stimulants differently than another person because like none of that was
Mhm.
information I had. But people
Oh,
tell you, oh, you have these things to stay
they didn't.
awake, and I needed to stay
Mhm.
awake, so I took the things. But I think that I don't think they did made much of a difference one way or another. Um, and
Just grab you and put it back in the
so a couple times when I was working, like, because I worked a graveyard shift at my dorm, um, as my work study job. Uh, one one of the night one of my shifts was a graveyard shift, so 8 a.m. or midnight to 8 a.m. And there was a Jolt in the machine like right behind me, so I like tried some, but I did not care for it. I do have a lot of coffee when managing club. Used to have a lot of energy drinks, often mixed with alcohol. Oh my goodness, it started giving me heart palpitations. I bet, and also stopped me from playing horror games because my heart would pound so painfully. I was afraid to continue. Now with just coffee, I can play horror games without the help. Yeah, that does sound
yeah.
like a kind of scary mix of stuff.
Mm-hmm. It does. Okay, I've got. I'm just wrecking my headphones further, and they just need replaced anyway. So this happens to replace them.
But yeah, I go through
Um,
phases with coffee. There are times when I just like stop drinking coffee and I just
Mhm.
don't drink it for a long time. I've gone through those phases while I've been in stream for a while. I wasn't drinking coffee at all. And it was just because I didn't think I was supposed to when I started ADHD meds. So I just like went off coffee. And this
Mhm.
was before I had the stimulant. This is when I was starting with Stratera, which didn't work for me at all. Um,
Mhm.
so I quit drinking coffee and like it never really is a problem when I quit drinking coffee. And then I kept not drinking coffee when my doctor switched me to Adderall because I thought I shouldn't have a stimulant on top of a stimulant. Um, and I told my doctor that at one point, and she was like, "No, it's fine for you to have like 1 or 2 cups. Like, don't worry about it."
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um, and I realized I really missed the taste of coffee, so
Yeah.
so I was like, you know what? I'll start having it again.
So you started
But
doing when they told you could have 1 or 2 cups, you said, a day.
well, no, that's what she meant. 1 or 2 cups a
Yeah.
day. She said 1 or 2 cups a day. It's fine for you to have 1 or 2 cups a day.
Yeah,
um,
when I got on my stimulants, I get the first time that I'm on them after I haven't been on them for a while, or the first time I was on them, the first 2 weeks, I get dehydrated. You would think I've never drank water in my whole life, and that's
oh
pretty
yeah, they
much the
do. They
primary thing I
dehydrate you.
drink.
They dehydrate the crap out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when I was on the wrong medicine, it was also sending my blood pressure up. So that was not a good combination, and I didn't drink coffee during that period because it just felt like I was going to make it worse. and I still don't when when I have a gap big enough in my meds for whatever reason. I still don't. But yeah, I like teas. I actually didn't mind the jolt. To me, it was just a different kind of Pepsi. Just my sister was
It just tasted gross, I thought.
My sister was very addicted to the jolt, so we always had something around. And if I felt like a caffeine, it was there, like my sister's thing. And this particular sister, I don't actually think. I think she might be one of the few people in my family that do not have ADHD, which would be weird. That's a whole nother discussion. She's got other concerns, but that's a totally different discussion for another day. But she is one of those that I don't like. I think it actually did keep her awake. I think she did have to start paying attention to when she was drinking it and that kind of thing. And that was such a weird thing to me, but because it never affected me that way, like ever. And I would listen to everyone like, oh, you can't do this because caffeine. And of course, I don't know I've got ADHD then or anything else that we know I probably have at this point in my life. um, I mean, growing up, I had always been told girls can't get ADHD.
Right. Well, that's what they said when we were kids. And I
Yeah.
say we as though you're the same age as me. I'm so old, you guys. But like
You are not, and you're not that much older than I am. We've already discussed this. As far as this stuff goes, we grew up in the same
yeah.
realm of
Right. No.
chaos.
It was a thing. They didn't even I don't even remember anybody being diagnosed with it when I was a kid. I
Thank you,
vaguely
Sarah.
remember
And
conversations
it is sexist, Benara.
about ADD,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like hyper little boys.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone not that I would know. Like why would I know what like kids in my class had been diagnosed with? Like I wouldn't necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember anybody talking about it when I was a kid. Um
I
we're both equally
I
young.
know
Sarlacc, you're very sweet.
I know I had plenty of discussions in school around it because I had other, like my brother was diagnosed with it, with ADHD. Uh, and he's younger than me. And so that became part of the discussion, not so much in the household because my mother wouldn't talk about it, but it would come up in other discussions around other things as they were trying to evaluate me. And they did eventually put a label on me in high school, middle school, something like that. My label was emotionally disturbed because somehow at 14 years old, 10 years after my family divorced, I was still horribly, horribly affected, apparently. And yeah, Bernard, for you to have been diagnosed at that time is rare, but it's a good thing that you were able to be because it wasn't something that would have been for me for sure. Not
Decaf.
certainly not where I was.
I'm interested in hearing from Decaf, who okay, I will admit I don't actually know Decaf's age. Um, Decaf could be ageless. Decaf could be.
I'm good with that.
But Decaf, I'm interested in hearing how old you were when you were diagnosed, if that's information you feel like disclosing.
Let's see. First suicide attempt.
Oh.
And then give me one moment. Kindergarten in the Philippines. What age is that?
So young.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're a lot younger than we are, but I don't actually know how old Decaf is.
I
Like,
would
I know
have
you are younger.
been 6 years old.
6 years old.
But
I don't
now
know
you
how
having a
much
brilliant
younger
mom.
Decaf is, but I think it's a lot.
Mhm.
Decaf's definitely younger. How by exactly how much we don't know. Decaf
Right, right.
is a mysterious and ageless being.
In that
But
time, we were being sold on floppy disks, but we were still interested in our hoop and stick. And you know, the flying cars were fine, but I think the hoverboards were fine transportation when we were using that instead. But then also like 5G was a thing, so maybe we should actually like move over to using all this like new technology like the floppy disk and the 8-track. But I don't know, it's like
So how
Benara
far
had
back
a
was it that you
wonderful
were
mom.
riding in a horse and carriage though?
oh no, that's ancient
Because
technology, you know. That's
oh.
yeah, we already had automobiles powered by
The
windmills.
Model T
Yeah.
and yeah.
The only problem was that the solar panels like only work in the morning, so you would still have to use gas at night,
Yeah,
you know.
that is a problem. That is a problem.
So yeah, that's my
Yeah,
age.
very
It's
different.
really, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds about right. Um, anyway, I think even though we don't know exactly how much younger Decaf is, so exactly how much longer it was before they were 6 years old compared to when I was 6 years old, which was in ancient times, friends. Um, but I
Was
think
not.
that's how different things. Of course, they also thought that Decaf was a boy, so they were going to be more likely to get diagnosed
Hmm?
even in our day. But even in our day, I feel like
Yeah.
you had to be. It was extremely rare, at least, and it might have been more by the time. Like you might be just enough younger than me, Katrina, that it was a little there. Like people were a little more um conscious of it when you were a kid. Let me look when. Let me
Mhm.
see.
I would say conscious of it enough to have discussions, but not conscious enough of it to think that the issues I was having, even though they felt like they had to give me a label,
Right?
Mm-hmm.
that I could have been ADHD, even though it was in my brother. There was no understanding that it was possible for it to be genetic, or at least not something that they were holding fast to yet and understanding as fact as opposed to possibility, which
Mm.
makes things, of course, different. So they didn't connect that. And then, they,
Okay, so I have
and
some information to explain why no one was diagnosed with ADD because it was ADD first, and then
Yep.
and why this didn't happen when I was a kid because the term ADD was officially introduced in 1980.
Mm.
mhm.
I was already how old was I? Oh my god, I have to do math.
I'm not
Calculate
sharing how old
the
I
distance
was in
from the Earth to
1980.
the Sun. Take out your TI
I was
calculator.
already I was already 11 years old when the term was first introduced. So, and I was already graduating from high school in
Mhm.
1987 when they changed the name to ADHD. So, literally when I was a child, it wasn't even a thing. Uh, and then those are the kinds of diagnoses like there I don't think there were a lot of diagnoses for ADD probably in 1980 necessarily. You know what I mean? Like it was a
There
new
weren't,
term, so it would have
but a
taken a
new
while.
term, they had recognized autism and ADHD a long time ago, though,
Well,
Mhm.
they had a
like in
thing.
history.
It was called hyperkinetic reaction of childhood that they started recognizing in 1968. For that is only 1 year before I was born. So, like by the time like for something to get like they recognized some symptoms of those things earlier, but they didn't even have a name for it
Mhm.
at all, and they didn't have any of the
Mhm.
names that we call it now until
Right.
I was like much older. So that's part of why. Like when I was growing
Mhm.
up, kids were not getting diagnosed with these things very often. Like it was a rare thing because they weren't like super well known um
I know by the
diagnoses.
time I graduated high school, they were already talking about an epidemic of boys being diagnosed with ADHD, and why are they putting them on medicine? That they're
Yeah.
just being boys.
Mhm.
But girls, it was just an issue for boys. So girls couldn't have it in
Right.
theory. Or if we could, the rare cases that if a girl could have it, evidently that was, at least by the time I graduated, that's where the ADD was being assigned.
Right.
Instead of understanding that ADD, ADHD was just two variations of the same coin,
Hmm. Right. They were the same
which
thing,
we
really.
understand now. But
Right.
it's just like there is so much that I don't I don't know. The more I whenever I think about it, I don't know if I would have wanted to necessarily know because I don't know that it
I
would have made
I wish I would have known. I think it would have made a huge
I
difference.
I go back and forth with it because like in my family we have many people in my family that were diagnosed for real. Dawn 100%. 100%. I would love to learn how to do that naturally to like adjust my voice to match, but I don't. um when I
MJ's voice sounds like youthful.
Oh, I should use my
And I'm
uh-huh.
actual.
so old before Dawn. I'm so
I should
old.
speak like my
Wait, what?
actual age. All right, everyone, let's go.
Oh, please.
Let's go, gamers.
I would like to soften my voice. No, it doesn't stop the bullies, Banara. Unfortunately, it does not.
No.
MJ,
And
very wise
it
cat
doesn't
with lots of
stop you from
experience.
standing out. It doesn't, but it gives you the support. Oh, why, thank you.
um but yes, I know people are always, especially people who meet me on Twitch and they only hear my voice, are always shocked to hear my actual age, which
Mhm.
for a long time didn't tell people, and even for a little period of time I was afraid to tell people because I was like, oh, maybe people will stop wanting to come here once they find out I'm old, but now I kind of don't care. Um
That
People stop
comes with
coming here
age. We have
anyway,
the
so it
privilege.
doesn't
Hmm.
matter. um
Uh,
the reason why I wish I would have known, Katrina, is I, and I didn't have problems in school
mhm.
the way that a lot of people with ADHD do, because
Right.
mine like kind of manifested itself in a different way. Um, and because school was easy, my problem was I had
Mhm.
ADHD, but I was very smart and
Mhm.
Hmm.
I could just do everything at the last minute and get all A's because school was
Mhm.
easy until I got to college, and then all of a sudden school was hard and it was a real shock. And I didn't have any coping skills. Like I didn't have any study habits. I didn't have anything. Um, but there were so many parts of my personality in my life that were difficult to navigate socially and other ways that had very much to do with my ADHD and autism, but like um ways that I was different from people and then like being non-binary at the same time. Like I
Mhm.
felt like I didn't understand people at all. And I didn't understand why I was so different and weird. And a lot of it
Mhm.
was these things that I didn't know about
Mhm.
and that nobody really knew about much at the
Mhm.
time.
Hmm.
Um, and I certainly didn't. And I think if I'd known about any of them, I wish I'd known about them all. But if I had known about any of them, it would have made navigating all of that so much less painful. And
Mhm.
then I wish I'd known the time that I most wish I'd understood ADHD is actually later as a younger adult when I could not understand why
Mhm.
things that seemed easy to everybody else were so hard for
Mhm.
me, and I assumed that it was a problem of discipline and willpower, and that I
Mhm.
was a lazy person who
Mhm.
had that I was morally deficient
Mhm.
because I lost interest in things so quickly, or that I couldn't do simple things that were easy for other people, like make appointments or phone calls, or
Mhm.
like get things done, like pay bills on time. Like those things were so hard for me, and I could barely even explain why they were so hard, like let alone have any kind of diagnosis for it. But it's like, how do you explain to
Mhm.
somebody that you have to do the thing? It's not that sometimes, yes, it's that you forget the thing, but sometimes it's you have to do the thing and yet you still cannot do it. And you're sitting
Right.
there and you cannot do the thing, and that doesn't make sense to somebody who doesn't either also experience the same thing or have some knowledge of that as a being a thing that
Mhm.
could be diagnosed as as a neurological disorder. like they're so I just felt like a failure so much of the time. I watched
Mhm.
the way my sister navigated life and how she was able to do and take care of all those things that I couldn't do, and I felt so inferior and so much like just a giant loser, and like
Mhm.
I was the failure in the family, and I couldn't
Mhm.
it felt so bad, and I would have liked to have been able to navigate those years without feeling that way. And also, um, I think that if I had been diagnosed and medicated much earlier, I mean, I don't want to
Mhm.
regret any of my life journey because I wouldn't have gotten here and be doing author things, let alone Twitch, if
Mhm.
I hadn't had this whole journey where I went through so many careers and discarded them. Um, just because I completely lost interest in a thing that I was
Mhm.
very passionate about. And
Okay.
I don't regret getting where I am, but by the same token, I might not be so fucking broke.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I might not be um like I'm grateful for a lot of things in my life, but we are not financially sound. Like things are very difficult. My health would be better if I had taken care of things earlier. Like there's so many things where my life now would actually be better if I had
Mhm.
had the tools and the medication necessary or treatment necessary to be able to take care of certain things and make decisions in a different way when I was younger. And
Mhm. I
so yeah, I
am,
wish I'd known.
as you're talking, I am crying because I feel it because I went through very similar. We have had very different journeys,
Yeah. Yeah, we have.
but we've been through this same emotional chaos as far as that goes. Because as you're talking, I can feel it. Like I'm the oldest of six children. The thing that was kind of beaten into me proverbially and otherwise is that, you are the one who has to be responsible. You've got to keep everything together, and with all the inconsistencies and the back and forth between parents growing up and everything else. As wonderful as it is to know that happened because both of my parents loved me and because both of my parents wanted me to wanted us to be to know we were loved and to be a part of our lives and to not leave that um it left its own chaos, and I was the consistency, and that's what was drilled into me for the longest time. And so when I would feel insecure or inadequate, I had to hide it. I couldn't let people know that's what I was feeling. I couldn't tell people that this is what was going on and this is why I didn't make it here on time or why, I couldn't do this. And in college, my I met the person I fell in love with and absolutely married, and that was absolutely awesome. Um, Turned out he's on spectrum and didn't know it, and it was the spectrum things
Yeah.
that I found comforting in hindsight because it was, when people talk about the strong silent type,
Mhm.
they're probably talking about
Mhm.
someone on the spectrum. I've learned, at least if they're in my life, that's probably the case. Because they're really as chaotic as I am. They just hide it quietly in a corner, trying to figure out what that actually means. Um,
I'm not
but
laughing at
I
you, by the
think,
way. I'm giggling at
yeah,
decaf in the chat.
right.
I'm
And it was,
seriously listening to you.
I know, and I can see it, and I think it's probably good because at least we're not both sitting here falling apart. Um,
Yeah, right. I was a minute ago, and I'm.
but I'm sitting here, I literally every single goal I have ever made of any significance I have accomplished. And I know that's partly due to my ADHD and probably my autism because it forced me to find tools that did not exist. It forced me to adapt to myself. I just didn't understand it. So when people around me that are also important to me were being diagnosed, I was inadequate to help them
Mhm.
because I didn't understand that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I,
Hey, are you okay, my friend? I wish I
I
could give you a hug from over here.
Air hug.
I just hate that
Air
I
hug.
left scars.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I hate that I left scars because I didn't know.
You did what you could do. You can't there's no way for you to have known things you couldn't know, like you have to forgive yourself for that. In fact, I
Finding
demand that you
out,
do.
and I go through plenty of states. Finding out as an adult after you've had so many years of experience,
Mhm.
I'm learning is a journey in itself
Oh yeah, for sure.
because we have these expectations to be adults and we've been functioning in some manner, deficient or otherwise. We've been functioning for so many years. And since we didn't know, there's clearly not that. So now we have to adapt and we have to accommodate and we have to figure it out. But then we find out the hard way that all the things that we were doing to mask ultimately
Yeah.
um, were
Mm.
masking and they weren't real. They were not as real as we thought they were anyway.
They were I don't know. Like we cope. We have to do what we like we figure out the ways to cope and
Yeah.
I mean all of this for me was parallel to also like having a gender experience that I could not describe
Mhm.
and or name for anyone, and it made
Mhm.
some of my career choices really confusing and difficult, um, in musical theater especially, and
Mhm.
but even after that, and
I I'm grateful to know now
I still wish I'd known way back too. But like I'm grateful to know now. And I go through periods of being angry that I spent so many years suffering when I didn't need to
Mhm.
have suffered the way that I did.
Mhm.
Not that there wouldn't have been any suffering, but like where I at
Would have been
least
different.
yeah, being spared certain types of suffering. Um
And contextualizing others,
yeah,
even without,
right.
and having at least that part adjusted while you were going through the other stuff would have at
Yeah.
least provided a more grounded perspective. And for that, I kind of wish I had the same. But the other part of me doesn't, because the truth is, I have accomplished all these things.
Yeah.
And while I am definitely going through a really tough time right now with stuff, and I have made some really poor choices, uh, it's not a lack of ability. It's just learning to navigate the reality as it really is, at least to me.
Yeah.
So,
I, yeah.
and I'm quite determined that neither of us are staying in the position we're in, for my part anyway. And once I get focused on something,
we're
there
gonna
isn't.
things are gonna work out, and we're gonna drag Decaf along with us, and
Oh, I'm also
we're
here.
all gonna
Right.
be yeah, we're gonna be rich Decaf, maybe,
or
and
or at
we're all
least
gonna be, or at least
rich enough
not
to meet for coffee in Paris
broke.
one day.
I would just like to pay rent.
Yeah, I would like to pay rent.
I'm
Though
good
I
with
would
that.
enjoy meeting you both for coffee in Paris. That would be fun.
Mm.
Wouldn't it?
If we do,
I don't
if
want
we
to
do
hang
go
out in
to
Paris for too
Paris,
long. But yeah,
can I set a somewhat
or
semi-realistic
Madrid.
goal then? If we're going to have coffee in Paris, then
Yeah, yeah. What's
I
the
have
goal?
always wanted to try coffee from uh, a a cafe called Les Deux Margot. Uh, there's this podcast I listen to that is like a black comedy podcast about an organization that fakes people's deaths, and they always use that real life cafe as their kind of backdrop for where they get their hot cocoa and coffee. And
Uh-huh.
if we're gonna do that, then I would like to check that place out because it's like
All
apparently
right.
world famous. So
That's
yeah.
where we'll meet. Despite the fact that Twangerine is saying in the chat the coffee in Paris is terrible.
Mhm.
We're not
Okay, so
necessarily in Paris for the coffee, but
Yeah.
no, it's just the first
though I do want to
place
go to
that
this place that
none of us
Decaf
are
wants
right
to
now.
go to. Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Florence, you want
I
us
am
to go
all for
to
it.
Florence for the coffee? French coffee terrible in general. Twangerine
Okay,
laying down the brutal truth. Brutal
so
truths.
maybe we should do a podcast special. We'll start with coffee reviews in Europe for the American year.
Here's what we do. We go, so we meet up. The three of us meet up at that place in Paris that
Mhm.
Decaf wants to go to, and then we go to Florence where we meet up with Twangerine, who could then
Gaston.
about gloat to us live in real time about how much better the coffee is.
I love that. I love that. I love
Don't
that.
get
And we should be
Chinese
able.
coffee; it doubles the power of ADHD. Oh my goodness.
Is that
Vietnamese
possible?
coffee? Sure, Don. I also loved
Oh
Before
no,
Dawn's humanity's deepest desire, paying rent.
Mm.
yes, I'm with that. I I have a bad habit of wanting to fix everything. Not really. It's not a bad habit. It's actually good stuff. Um, so I want to pay everybody's rent. Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do too. Or one day it doesn't this doesn't work as well as it used to when my friends weren't spread across the globe. But I've told you guys before about the family mansion, right? That my
Yes.
parents, when I was growing up, my parents always wanted to and would always they had the kind of house where like everybody came there like and they always like their former students always like stayed on as friends and like our house was always
Hmm.
filled with people like current and former students and like other people and um they would keep in touch with their students like for years and years and years like forever and
Hmm.
they always had this idea about one day. I don't know who came up with it. Maybe I don't know if Mom J even remembers who first came up with the idea of the family mansion, but there was going to be the family mansion where everybody could eventually come and live. Um,
Hmm.
and I want to have the family mansion. The problem is where would it be? Because everybody's like spread across the globe now, like all like a lot of my favorite people the types of people I would invite to the mansion.
Okay,
And the
so
thing about the
let me
family
hear.
mansion, what did you say,
I was
Decaf?
gonna say, I
Hmm?
I can't even hear decaf.
I didn't say anything. That was Lady Rights.
Oh.
Oh, I was gonna say to your comment about everyone being spread across the globe. Um, my um my best friend and I are discussing, plan other plans, and the first thing that comes to mind when we were discussing them was how do I invite all the people I want to actually invite, because they're not. Some of them aren't in the country.
Right.
uh,
Well, and the great thing about the family mansions, which Twangerina's suggestion should be a space station at this point. And they might have a
okay,
point. Uh,
I love that idea. Spain actually, for a while, had entire towns for sale.
you want us to buy a town in Spain? I mean, okay, we could do
I
that.
think it sounds gorgeous, especially if we're all there. We can get space and still have everything there, all the things that we want, and we don't have like we could still do all the things and just be there to all hang out, just like in the
Wait a
like
minute,
the
are we
idea of
accidentally just like starting a cult?
No,
oh, do we have to?
more just a commune, I
No.
think.
I mean, if we
Or a
have
commune,
to,
We're starting a commune.
okay, I'm all for a commune.
Yeah.
Well, because the
Like a
great thing,
reasonably healthy commune where people are not restricted and not a cult.
Cult J. Right. Well, because and like in my dream for the family mansion, like in because I'm an introvert, is the family mansion has to be
Yes,
gigantic, like absolutely enormous,
Creators
so that
Guild.
everybody can have their own space where like they can have enough like personal space to themselves that they can like feel like they live alone when they need to, but then there's like all these common areas
Hmm.
and like places so that the um uh so yeah,
Hmm.
the family mansion has to be huge. I guess it
Yeah.
could be a family. If we have a whole town, it could just be we could just all have our own houses and then and then like our Minecraft realm. With
Oh
fewer
yeah,
zombies.
I love that idea. I love that idea. The
Yeah.
only catch is that somewhere along the way we will have to recruit people who are more able to do the physical stuff, the fixing the houses, because
So
at some
you're
point we're all
suggesting
going to
that
end
our
up
that
in
our
our
family mansion would fall into disrepair very quickly? Is that what I'm hearing?
something about all of us being hyper focused on like writing or
Wait, no, like
creating or
we're inviting
something.
Twangerine. They know how to do those
Oh,
things.
that solves the problem.
Right, Twan, if you could just be in charge of gardening and also repairing the 8-foot mechanical dragon that will be there. That's really
Keep us
important. We
alive.
have um,
We figure out the
If
bills.
it's Spanish, should be made
Plan
of
keeps us
stones.
alive.
You're right. Medieval village with 4 fields that rotate crops and a windmill. I don't garden, I kill plants. All right, we need a gardener. We still need a gardener.
Okay, so we
I do know someone.
bring mom from Panama with us.
Decap's got a lead on that.
Oh,
Also
perfect.
consider an island that's a little
No island.
I'm a little worried about that nowadays.
Hmm.
No island.
Just based on a little bit, Sir Banana Shadow, by the way, welcome in.
Much appreciated. Only reason why I say no island is, practicality purposes.
Oh,
Even without
two
all the other
separate.
things.
Right, that's Twangerine. That's what I'm. The optics.
Yeah. Right. Oh no, I got the optics right
Yeah.
away too.
Yeah,
But my
yeah.
brain immediately is still stuck in practicality mode. I've actually seen an island for sale, so there's that.
We would have to worry about hurricanes and things.
Yeah, weather.
Yeah.
Actually, the island I found for sale is in Ireland. Hurricanes are a thing, but rarer.
Oh. Look, we already have
See, if
people
we
offering to cook. Mr. GSC
Ba-
also is an amazing cook.
In multiple
Base is
cooks for
another
sure.
author creator.
Yeah.
Base is one of my favorite creator author people too. By the way, guys, they are working on getting a new book out. We need to get together to work out a marketing plan and get the book formatted and all that fun stuff. Oh, I have
Sarlacc.
never actually. No, I lied. I have been in a hurricane, or almost lied. A matter of
I've only.
fact, I was. Go ahead.
Oh no, go
I
ahead.
was my hurricane story. I was outright terrified. I had two small people. We were in an area we had just moved to because my then husband had just got transferred for work. And we were in Louisiana. They put the roads all going out. It was a category 3 hurricane when it made landfall. It was a category 2 when it hit us. And he was driving back from Georgia in a truck. And everything was all the roads were going out, all the highways were going out. So he had to hit all the back roads. Oh, it was, as I'm sitting here with two tinies at the time, I think my oldest was 2. I was absolutely in terror mode the entire 6-hour drive. Not because I was worried about the drive, but because I had never been in a hurricane before. And as the trees were sitting sideways, here's my person
That is terrifying.
driving a big truck in this hurricane. I was terrified. I wasn't worried about the hotel. The hotel was solid. I'm pretty sure that sucker could have stood up to something big. Did not feel a breeze. They still ran around. Tiny's still ran around the room like it was nuts. They still ran around the hotel like they owned the place. They really thought they owned the place. Well, one of them really knew they owned the place. Ask him. But yeah, that's my hurricane story. So it was like a category 2, I think, that I've been through, which is really not that bad. I will tell you, it isn't. But a high profile vehicle on the road is terrifying to think about. Get some good sleep, Benora.
I've only been in the, because I've always lived, except for when I lived in New York City, and I guess, and I didn't live there when there were any big storms like that. But I mostly lived inland and like in the northern part of the country. So like hurricanes have like come on land and like been like tropical storms here, and there's been flooding and things like that. But I've never actually been in a real hurricane. Now I'm wondering, like Decaf must have been in some. Decaf
I
lives
was
in a
just thinking the
country
same
that is
thing.
100% islands.
There were times like working in the Philippines, being a working adult in the Philippines, you have to be ready to wade through waist deep or chest deep water every couple of months to get to work.
Oh.
And that's just like normal.
Yeah, that's I never had that. Never been that. NYC doesn't even count when it comes to hurricanes. What was the one? I wasn't living there anymore. I was already living here.
Maybe once a decade. Yeah.
Sandy?
Sandy.
Was it
Yep.
Sandy? That like really
Yeah.
flooded a
My
lot of the city.
cousin.
But that's
Yeah.
you're right. No, it's not like hurricane. It's not like living in Florida or something, or like South Texas, or like any of those places, like or like New Orleans, or places on the southern coast of the country.
No, I guess my sister was in Katrina, so there's that too.
Yeah.
She was with
She
you?
was in Mobile. No. My really nice
You said Katrina, so
was
yeah.
Yeah. I will always get that. I just
Katrina with a K.
It's kind of like that's exactly it.
The storm is Katrina with a K.
I've just kind of accepted that I'm stuck with it now. But
Yeah.
I got a phone call from my 3-year-old nephew
Mhm.
after they were safe in Florida that urgently asked me why I broke Sippy Sippy.
Mm. Wow.
Because they told him that Katrina
That it was
chased
you.
them
It was
out of
Katrina.
Mississippi. And so he connected it to me. And I think my brother-in-law helped with that. He's a totally different.
Yeah.
Oh, the journeys. But yeah, I ended up with a 3-year-old who I absolutely adored, wanting to know why I broke Sippy Sippy and forced them to leave their home.
Hmm.
That totally didn't break me at all.
Tangerine says,
No.
I was in college during Sandy. Power cut out. Army or National Guard mobilized. Provided cots for students to sleep in the rec center. Buses to move students from one campus to another. Also, one student lost her house. Like entire family ended up on the news. Yeah, Sandy was bad. Like,
Yeah,
and like
it
we
was.
didn't. Where we live, because there were also some places like there were some places in New England that got really hit really hard with floods and stuff during Sandy too. Like whole um practically whole towns that got like washed away almost,
Mhm.
like but where we live, it wasn't that bad. Like we get hit hard by snow, but we haven't gotten the floods that
You
they've
get
got
nor'easters.
yeah, we get nor'easters, but we haven't gotten like the floods that they got like in northern Vermont and places like that.
Mhm.
That came through and we
Yes.
yeah,
Sandy was terrifying.
Mhm.
Oh,
hometown on the cliff, so it was a mere inconvenience and power outage.
so Banana Shadow has a question for you, MJ.
For me,
Uh-huh.
what's the death god story about? uh, it is about a non-binary teenager who has the unfortunate ability of stealing seconds of other people's life away anytime they touch them. Um, and figuring out what they're also haunted by a ghost who wants that life for herself. And Charlie, the main character, has dealt with this like pretty much their whole life and just like gone on like collecting life for this ghost as long as she promised not to make them take life, either take life from their twin sister, Sam, or make them take life from their best friend, Robbie, who is also their secret crush, and always has been. But and it's when the ghost kind of reneges on that promise that the story really kicks into gear and figuring out what Charlie's ability really is. And there's a road trip. There are some other quote unquote death gods. I'm not very good at actually pitching my book. You know who's great at it? My publisher. So you can read about it. Let's see.
I will tell you, Sir Banana Shadow, that it is a compelling story with an absolutely fantastic emotional base that you will be dragged into very, very quickly. And it is 100% worth pre-ordering. And you should do that. 100% go do that.
Katrina is very, very nice about it. Um,
I am not being nice yet. I am being honest. If you would like me to start being nice, I can.
ah,
I'm sure
um,
if you give me 5 minutes,
you
I'll find a way to embellish.
if you click the link to my website, it does have the full like little synopsis blurb thingy from my publisher. Also links to pre-orders. There's also an exclusive pre-order offer going on right now with my local indie bookstore, Book Moon Books, and you can check all that out there. put that in. I don't know why I'm so bad at pitching my own book. I need to come up with a better. I need to come up with my little elevator speech before I have to start
Line
doing these
pitch.
book events that are
Yeah.
coming up. It is YA, by the way, so it is written for teenagers. So have that in mind before you decide to buy. You could also request it at your library. Great as a Valentine's gift. Great as a birthday gift. It is great as a Valentine's gift if you like to give people an IOU for Valentine's Day. But right, if you pre-order now, you can get a personalized and signed copy along with a Death God license plate sticker and an art print of the cover illustration by Tracy J. Lee.
But really, you should just go get it because it's a good book, and you should go into your library right now. Like you can
Please
get
ask your
up,
library to
bring your
stock it.
phone.
Yes. Before dawn, if you please request it at your library. Please ask them to buy it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely. Concept of
And
a
you
teenage
want them
non-binary steals
to.
people's time definitely sounds like it has potential for a lot of it's really about like buried in the supernatural elements are
I like that, Sarlacc.
is a lot that I have to say about being non-binary. It's a
And
lot about the main character's journey through the world, feeling like they aren't a real person who should exist, and that is very relevant. Can make a video introduction, then chat command so the book intro plays when you. That's true. We could.
I like that idea. And then
I should.
I could.
I should put together some
We could add that to the end of
images.
our videos as well. Our podcast. I mean, there's a couple
When
of them showing up on our channel right now, but we could add those to the end of our podcast.
oh my goodness. When is Teenage Death God merch? I mean, right now the only merch that exists is the stuff that comes with the pre-order offer that you could get from Book Moon. My agent and did retain merchandising rights for us, but I would have to have some reason to make merch. And I wouldn't be able to use like the cover. Like that's not artwork that I have the rights to. I would have to license that if I wanted to use that. But I could use other art. There's another piece of art that I love on your screen right now, which is a main character Charlie playing the piano with a bunch of ghosts swirling around, and that was created by M, who is like a daughter to me. She would probably license that to me like way cheaper than what I could get trying to license the cover illustration. But yeah, there could be merch. There could be merch. There could be more merch, but I would have to have a good reason to invest in something like that. We hope the book does well enough to justify merch. It's also the first of a duology, so there is more to come. I'm actually working on book 2 right now with my editor. I got my edit letter shortly ago, and I've been
Do you own
working on
your
it
merch
during this stream,
rights?
and I'll be working on it for the rest of the day.
Sorry.
And
You own your merch rights?
yeah, I own the merch rights. We retained that. We kept merch adaptation rights, graphic
Then I'm
novel
with Dawn.
rights. And I can't remember what else. We were not
I'm with
able
Dawn.
to keep translation foreign rights, which my agent would normally try to get, but we weren't able to get it. And sometimes you gotta take the deal. You know what I mean? They tried. He tried. He did good. He did good for me. He negotiated well, got me a 2-book deal. There were things we had to give up. But yeah,
Well, that's
the
part of
Page Street has world
negotiation.
rights, but we kept everything else. Oh, and they have audio rights.
Okay. But that's what's getting you your audiobook, so that works
Right,
out.
exactly. Normally, normally an agent is going to try to keep audio rights and keep translation rights and sell those separately because you can get a lot more money for those if you do that. But, publishers want it. So you negotiate, you give and take, and oh, Banana, Sir Banana, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the GSC Nation. When is the anime? I'm sure that my agent will be out there trying to sell adaptation rights like as hard as possible. My agency is great. They have like a person in-house who specifically focuses on those rights as well to work with my agent. And so I think the market is rough right now for the market is really rough for queer media for minors especially right now. Not to say impossible, but might be pretty rough if my book isn't like a bestseller, you know. At this time, which isn't to say that they couldn't be sold in the future either. Like if the market is bad for it right now, it's just the way things are in the US at the moment. A lot of the people who would normally buy those rights are backing off from books with characters like mine. So we'll see what happens. I actually think it's a very action-packed book, and I think that it lends itself to a cinematic presentation, and I actually think it would be a fantastic movie, animated or otherwise. However, the market may be really bad for it right now, just because of the current administration and what they're trying to do, and the fact that all the CEOs have basically caved to them. I heard audio rights basically impossible to keep. I think they are really hard to keep since the audio book boom. I have known some people who were able to keep them, but we were not, and we didn't try as hard to keep audio as we would have to try to keep foreign rights, because those can be really lucrative if you can sell them separately. But also, I mean, I obviously I still make money if Page Street is able to sell any of those things, any of those rights that they kept with their world rights and audio rights. Like anything that they sell, I still make money. So just market the anime rights to, yeah, right. I mean, that would be great. I don't know how you reach that guy. That would be fantastic. I would love it.
I imagine
I think I
there are
have. I
things are
think I have.
possible. Don't know what
I
that
think I
is.
have properties to be better for Shinkai than this one. But what'd you say, Katrina?
I was gonna say I think all things are possible. I just don't know what that path would be.
Yeah.
I tend to be quite stuck in
Yep.
that thought process, I suppose.
The Isekai book, exactly, Tangerine. I think that property would be better suited to Shinkai. But that's not a book yet, or that's not a published book yet. So hopefully it will be. It's not dead. Like I said, it's not dead. It's just resting. I still love that book. Marxist conservatives can't stand the story, and then they will hate by it. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not saying I'm not giving up on the idea of selling adaptation rights or graphic novel rights.
I would love hate buys. That would be beautiful. It's money. Thank you so much for your money. I appreciate you.
No, somebody on my Facebook who's like a friend, a childhood friend who is really religious and MAGA, liked one of my posts about the book. I'm sure without knowing anything about it. But in my head I was like, yeah, you buy that book. You buy that book. I want to see you suffer reading that book. You buy it.
Sorry, you said they're your friend?
A childhood friend.
Ah, okay.
Like someone that I knew as a very young child who I have at times um restricted from muted them basically on Facebook.
Mhm.
Uh have not gone so far as to unfriend, though it's hard for me to imagine how we would ever be friends in current times. But at the same time, I feel like maybe it's valuable for me to keep a connection with that person who I think has never paid enough attention to any of the things I post to understand how opposed we are to each other at
Mhm.
this point in life. And to be fair, she does not post like a ton of like nasty MAGA memes or anything like that. She tends to more post like um make religious posts that are fairly mild and intended to be inspirational, but every once in a while some stuff comes out on there that she says like that like kind
Mm-hmm.
of gives away. Every once in a while she's reposted something
Mhm.
or made comments that like who she voted for, and um there could I guess what I'm saying is someone like that, maybe there's hope for her. Maybe. Like maybe there's hope for her
I
and I should, so that's part of why I haven't just unfriended and blocked her.
Mhm.
Because we go back so far, and though like she's the kind of childhood friend where like her family moved away when I was a child.
Ah, okay.
But like
Mhm.
I still like we were like really really good friends as small children, and on and off stayed in like very casual touch over the years. Not much, but like, found each other on Facebook. Like we don't really talk. Um there would be no real loss to either of us if I just dropped her as a friend. She probably wouldn't even notice. Um but I haven't. And like, yeah, well, no, she was a childhood friend. She's an adult acquaintance, I guess is what is the thing. Like we lived down the street from each other when we were kids, and we were very close when we were kids. So she was a childhood BFF, except the F didn't really last because her family moved away. I think I maybe saw
Mm.
her. I feel like I visited her once late, like when we were slightly older, but like still like kids. Um, but we're, yeah, childhood friends, adult acquaintances. I have a number of people like that I know. Uh, but I don't know. Maybe there's hope for her. I guess we'll find out one day. I guess maybe we'll find out if she actually buys the book. I don't think she's going to like it unless it humanizes queer kids for her and she has an epiphany.
I
Could it
have
happen?
all the confidence that there are plenty of people where that is 100% possible.
Yeah.
And finding a connection and a reason to read it will already create that bridge for them to be remotely open to one of the
Dawn
things that
doesn't
I
think she'll
found
actually
is,
buy the book. Could be
oh,
right.
I guess we'll find out. I know growing up that one of the things I did like about the 90s, if you will, is that stuff would go on TV and they wouldn't make a big to do about it.
Hmm.
And so it was just kind of normal. And just being a Star Trek fan, there was a lot of things that they did
Yeah, yeah.
that today
Right.
people would be up in arms about. And or what they do is like they did with um was it Discovery when it first started and they had the couple, the doctor and the engineer
Mm,
gentleman. They were making a big
yeah.
deal out of the fact that they had a gay couple living together on screen. and they made
Oh,
this
yeah.
big to do about this, and I'm like, okay, but in the 90s that would have just been a thing. Like we'd have been like, yeah, that's normal. Yes, Star Trek was famous for the first interracial kiss. As a matter of fact,
Right. It was.
I love the story around that because they did it in one take, and then everyone was like, well, maybe we should do a second take just in case they tell us we had to change things. And this is one of the few things I think I will compliment Shatner for, but apparently he went actively against any other take going well. He
Mm.
every time they tried to redo that take, he screwed something up. They'd start laughing, they'd interfere with it, in some other obscure way. He was just like, no, this is the take you're getting, and you're going to deal with it, basically. And I am so glad that he did it. It should never, like, it was just normalized. It was just, this is what was done, and that's how you deal with it. And that's how things get normalized. It's how people stop being idiots, is when you just accept this is life. It doesn't have to be your life, and that's okay. And it is okay. And that, it shouldn't, I don't know. I just,
I'm
I don't like it. I don't like people sometimes.
yeah. I mean, Decaf and I have both had experiences even recently with having to cut people out of our lives who were not safe people.
It's awful.
It's hard to draw the line of where that is, like where you think you should keep in contact with people and where you and where you don't. I don't know. I don't.
Something I hear folks on the other side like say a lot is they'll say, "Oh, I'm okay with you being this and this, but could you not be so loud about it? Could you not make it such a public thing?" And every time they say that, I have to be like, "Well, you understand that that was kind of the problem, is that they weren't allowed to be public about it. Or we weren't allowed to be public about it.
Yeah.
Like keeping it hidden and away from prying eyes and keeping it private and not being loud about it is what led to people thinking that it's something to be ashamed of."
Yes.
And so now that people are more like vocal about it and trying to normalize it, please don't try to put us back in the box.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I guess it'll be interesting to see. Dawn is probably right. Probably that childhood friend won't buy the book. I guess we'll find out. It's going to be interesting. I'm definitely there are going to be people showing up to my book events who haven't got the memo that I am non-binary, and part of that is that I haven't like gone around and told every single person that I know, especially people I only know, like only see really casually, like very rarely, and even though the information is out there in the public, they don't necessarily look it up. And I know, it's going to be right there at the book event, and I'm interested to see how that's going to go, and a little nervous about it. A little nervous to see how it's going to go, but I guess no matter what, like I'll be okay.
You will.
Yeah.
And I know this is going to go awesome, and I can't wait to hear all about it when you get back.
See, I'm gonna end up missing a bunch of streams, I'm sure, during it all, because I'm like staying overnight at a couple places and stuff. So I'll miss you guys on stream during some of those book events. But at least one of them is gonna be on YouTube, like streamable. The Boston one, the last one.
Nice. I might be
Thomas
working on my
T is
Twitch
making a
stuff.
whole trip to New York to come. Not just for that, but wanted to make a trip to New York and then decided to do it on the weekend of my event so they could come, which is nice.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I was in a position. I'd have already booked the day.
I know you would. I know my friends are so far away. Like, the upside of having communication the way we have it now, where we can meet people all over the world and like really become friends with them, it's amazing. It's amazing, and I don't have a lot of friends locally. Like most of my friends live far away. Even the ones who used to live local, like don't live here anymore, or I don't live like in New York. I had a whole circle of friends, and
Mhm.
but even before I left New York, a lot of them had moved away and like started different chapters of their lives, and I eventually did too. And it's amazing that we have the ability to stay in touch with each other and like meet more people this way. Um, and the downside is when we have things like in-person events, like it is unreasonable to expect most people that I know to be able to go to them. But I am excited to see the people who will be there and at any of them. And yeah.
I will say, listening to the
Oh my God, it's
excitement
almost
around
11.
your author event has me seriously considering actually doing something bigger for the first time ever.
Ooh.
Because I've never, I mean, at the time when I first started doing all of this, it wasn't something I could have done just because I couldn't have done it. Like I was raising two little people and trying to
Yeah,
travel and
yeah.
everything else. It was not really an option. Um, so like listening to the excitement, I'm kind of considering actually doing one when I do the relaunch of the Protectors universe.
You
Because
should.
if I do it the way I'm trying to do it, I will have 5 books out with
You should
that
live
launch.
stream it. Live stream it so that Decaf and I can watch.
I should. That would could be so much fun. Um, I think it could be, but I'm also like every time I think about it, I'm like, yeah, but who's actually going to show up for me? Which is a
I mean, I had
residual
that
of
same thing. Paranoid that like nobody would show up anywhere, but I think people are going to show up. People are going to show up. People will show up for you too. People will show up.
I guess we will see if I decide to go with it. I could do this at my library uh, as the first place because they don't dislike me there so far. Of course, I'm also in the process of doing some major things over there, so they might like the fact that I'm doing that. That's a whole nother thing.
Oh, welcome in, Raiders.
GSC Nation
Oh,
raided the simulacrum with
fabulous!
8
I am
fractals.
interrupting your raid. I am so
It's
sorry.
me. It's just me.
MJ has to go.
How close it was. I realized how close it was to 11, and I was like, "Oh crap!"
Yep.
I probably need to get off stream. But I didn't want to interrupt anybody to give like a little speech, so I'll give it now. Like, hi, Decaf, and also thanks everybody for hanging out with me in my chat and in our shared chat, and I'll be back tomorrow. And probably still working on the thing that I'm working on. That I was working on. It'll be good for me to get off stream because I'll stop chatting and start, getting buried in this work again. But I'll probably still be working on it tomorrow. And in the meantime, I just moved the conversation over
Yeah.
to decafs.
Totally fine.
Because the last time the three of us streamed together, I went to Lady Wright, so this time I figured I'd go to decafs.
Yes, but just remember, next time you raid out, just raid Lady Rights because I'll have to restart my stream to change categories on YouTube.
Well, you can always do a little switcheroo.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that anyway, but like, It's easier if you just like read the rest in the beginning. Just
I
saying.
suppose. um, yeah, I was just trying to like alternate my raids between the two of you. Uh,
Yeah, that's appreciated. MJ, thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Lady Rights and I will be here. I'm almost done with the first stage of editing. I admit I've had a little bit of trouble because
Congrats.
I also want to like be a person and talk to you guys.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
But I'm like 80% done with this edit of the first stage, so
I feel like you're much better at multitasking than I am.
Mhm.
You're always able to get more work done when we chat than I am.
I get
Because
less
as
work
soon
done
as
when
I
I'm
get-
off stream. Yeah.
Yeah. When I as soon as I start to get focused, I stop like hearing everything in the chat. I didn't even hear you come in, apparently.
Mhm.
Apparently, like you said hello and I didn't even hear you. Because when I get like
Hyper focus is beautiful.
hyper focus, yeah, no, it's great, but it's not a very social mode of existence.
Mhm.
But I do need to get back into hyper focus if I can. So I will poof from the Discord so that I do not have any excuse to get distracted talking to you guys. But it has been a pleasure. And I appreciate you both so much. And I appreciate everybody in our shared chats. And bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Okay.
I should stop fidgeting with my Twitch stuff and actually finish what I'm writing. I
Mhm.
said I was going to write for an hour. Decaf's over here getting all this work done. I'm over here. I got 5 sentences.
I have 8 minutes of this video to go through and figure out if I want to segment it in 2 parts or 3 parts for this last like 8-minute section. Because what I've found so far is that you guys are talking about querying and you bounce between resources, things to look out for, and the actual process. So that's easy enough. This last 8 minutes, though, you jump a little bit back and forth between these like 3 topics, quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, ADHD.
Nah.
Now I could just do the cop-out thing and just put the beginning like segment title on it. The what was it? The process querying, and then just like have it be an umbrella. But let me see if I can try to parse this. No. Not destroying. It is something that I have to deal with creatively. It's not a like bad thing. It is there. Yeah, that's the word. Challenge.
Yes. Oh, it just dawned on me. MJ is off, so we are no longer in shared chat.
Oh, right. I can set one up, I
So-
suppose. Wait 1 moment.
But food is good. That makes sense, MJ. Food is good. I was gonna say I just need to remember to look over it. Okay, so I have 2 computers set up. One is technically my workhorse, and the other is eventually we're all like just gaming and writing that I can do away from the audio and video stuff.
Mhm.
Will be. And right now that's set up with Decaf's channel. So I
Right.
can look at your channel and I can right there, which is great,
Mhm.
but entertaining from this distance, so to speak. Like having to do it from here. Or
It's a nice little
remember, I guess,
option.
to do it. There it is.
There you go. Although I will only be going for as long as these last few minutes last. I would be doing the second stage of editing probably tomorrow. Yeah, but probably tomorrow before I... Yeah, when I wake up, is when I would do that. And then stage 3 is revisions, which is like having you guys actually listen to it. Let me notice any feedback or notes. I noticed that you guys just kind of released episode 3 without revision because I released it so late. So I want to make sure you guys have time to actually like give feedback on it if you think it's good or if there's anything needs to be changed for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't usually have very many notes on them usually either. I have so much. I genuinely have fun watching your edits. I already know what we said most of the time. We get your edits and they're just fun. Yeah.
I'm very happy you hired me on as a producer to also do editing. It is very nice to have a regular gig like this.
Well,
Not just because it pays the bills, but because it is
awesome.
like creatively it's very fulfilling.
Good. I'm glad it is. That is definitely coming out.
When you eventually realize that agent isn't going to sell your book
I'm
and
with
like can't
MJ. I do hope
sell
we're
your book.
trying. We're doing what we can to try not to add too much stress. But there's hopefully we're remotely there. I will say, if you don't mind, once you get the full video done, would you mind linking it in the tracking?
Oh yes, I
sheet?
always do that. All right, I
then
thought I
am
did.
Oblivious, which is entirely possible.
Let's see,
Because,
episode
of
3.
course,
Yep.
maybe I should refresh it every so often too. That might help.
I put up the short, the highlight. Oh, okay, I see. There's a slot where I should put it specifically. I think maybe Yeah, okay. I actually did forget to do that. We'll do it moving forward. Thanks, Katrina.
Thank you.
I realized I put them in the Katrina footage links, not the completed file link. Whoops. So the reason you haven't put up the episode 3 shorts and highlights is because you didn't see them?
Mostly.
Yeah, okay.
I
There you go.
they're there. My brain was. This is part of the whole. I think I've got the audio ADHD because I really do think I hyper focus on. My brain says it's supposed to be this way, even if it makes all the sense in the world and it's right in front of me. I have literally had to have people be like, "I get excited when you do XYZ. How do you not understand? I like XYZ, whatever this is, whatever conversation we're having." And it's a demonstration where the logical brain says, "Oh, this person does like whatever it is we're doing or whatever it is we're talking about." But because they didn't tell me that, it doesn't connect properly.
Doesn't register, right?
It's one of my weirder things. So when I go looking for it, I end up going into the folder because I didn't see it there. So I go into the folder and grab it from there. And then I didn't check for the short like I should have. But also part of the shorts not being uploaded was just me being severely distracted by trying to not let the imposter syndrome win and actually finish the videos I'm recording. As well, the shorts that I'm doing. So yeah. Okay, so another 200 words and then I will transition to shorts. I just need to get the scene finished.
Yeah.
I love Yeppers Peppers.
Yeppers Peppers coming in here a little bit later, but still part of the raid. Welcome in, welcome in.
Always happy to see people jumping in.
I have been experimenting more with, speaking of being creative, writing out skits in terms of, what do you call this? On my like personal projects with Reverse 99 and other like videos, I've started writing out skits for some simple animations, and those have been doing pretty well. I'm hoping to do more of those and maybe contribute some scripted content for you guys for shorts content, Because 3-minute skits are not too difficult to write. They just require a little bit of focus and time.
I was thinking about that. I was kind of wondering if maybe MJ and I might be able to do that, but then my grounded, practical brain says we're having a hard time just creating solo shorts right now. I wasn't sure if us trying to also plan a skit would actually be sensible.
I mean, we're gonna have to do
us.
eventually. Once like
Yeah.
advertisers like come forward and ask you to do ad reads, unless you're planning to improvise ad read copies, which you can do, but can be a little bit tricky.
That's another thing I want to talk to MJ about, because I kind of want to do a focus on, at least an early focus on ad reads for authors. I don't care what kind of author, but as authors, we always need another channel.
Right.
We always need to be able to do our own marketing. It doesn't matter whether you're traditional or indie. And I think if we were taking the time to do a read through and maybe actually share it, that could be something that we would find fun, but we all have to get there. And I haven't really brought it up yet because we're not really there yet. I want to, first things first is getting our numbers.
Right.
So
Most likely what would happen if we were to do that, right, would be the two of you would record yourselves talking about, or the author themselves talking about their book, and then it would be a regular segment that would like be pre-recorded, played in between sorry, you mentioned you prefer them not to be mid-roll, you prefer them being at the start, or just one mid-roll, right?
Possibly.
Okay, so like one mid-roll of pre-recorded like endorsements of these books, whether they be made like by the author themselves or by you guys talking about. I'll just like edit to make it a little bit fancier. We would have to limit it to 1 minute because podcasts by their nature like are an exercise in keeping the listener's attention. So as much as like 3 minutes would be nice, since YouTube and TikTok does allow for 3-minute shorts, for the purpose of like keeping the flow of the podcast, is also to allow more slots. You would have to limit it to just 1 minute talking about and endorsing these authors and these books.
That makes sense. I'd imagine that's something though that we could start doing immediately if that's what we wanted to do. But that's all stuff we got to figure out and talk through.
Yep.
The skits I think would just be fun. I do, and I also think that we've got some ADHDers in our group, and we can be very easily distracted, and we all have a lot on our plates. Okay, I'm
Send it.
trying
There's
to set
nobody else.
The timer, right? 800
and that's
seconds.
tragic. That's really,
so
really
far that
awful.
is
And this
not
isn't to
long
say
enough. They're still coming
that
out back to
your
back to
agent,
back.
you're absolutely fantastic, absolutely qualified,
I'm gonna stop
absolutely
paying attention to
experienced,
that.
and
That's what's
with
keeping me from
contacts,
writing my
agent
next
is going to
few
be able to sell your.
Finish my sentences.
Sometimes the focus tool is distracting.
It can be. And
the
just
book that they
like,
signed you on.
having
because
this set up, and I'm
plenty of
always
books die on
for let's
sub.
make this
They do.
automated with everything. Whatever we can automate, I'm all for automating. Whatever I can't automate, I need to get a good VA.
With a schmagent, like you just probably don't even have a shot.
just
Like with that person
work with
who
them,
doesn't
or
have the
really,
experience and the
really,
contacts
really
to follow
super
through,
cheap.
and may not know that they don't.
I know a lot of people in my country who would be willing to do that and are really good. So if ever we actually make it that far.
Decaf's already a producer.
Yeah, I'm actually not super great at the VA side of work. Because I have ADHD, I'm good at Excel and I'm good at spreadsheets and I'm good at like organizing things, but I make clerical mistakes at the wazoo.
Well, see, the stuff that I would need, like, okay, one of the things holding my business back is going back and doing something and then redoing it. Because for example, my first series is apparently not wide right now because my distribution channel unintentionally sabotaged it. And it means that I will have to go back and fix the format. But I also want to get it up on my direct store that I bought space for and arranged space for a year ago and still only has one book on. Because it means that I have now to upload this. Like the whole reason I went with Drafted Digital is because it's wide. I can do everything from one place. I can track everything in one place. And it doesn't matter how many books I want to do. And if I want to share the profit, I can do that. So I can have it deposited into a different account, even if I wanted to. Like it's absolutely beautiful and incredibly helpful. And it takes a lot of the stress and the headaches off of me with it, the ADHD stuff. I am, the only thing I think it's missing is an integration with a merch store. And it would be perfect for me. But as far as distributing wide, but I have yet to set up my direct store. Not because I can't, not because I don't know how, but because it
like I've
requires
said,
me to
they don't
upload
all
the
have
books,
malicious
where
intent, or they're not out to
once
necessarily screw
I've
you.
done
They
that
just
once, my brain has a hard time going
might
backwards
not really have
to do it again.
The experience. And
so, yeah, this is where a VA would just basically be when I have one, you are the crutch that's getting me through the things that absolutely have to get done, but my brain keeps stopping me because I keep wanting to go forward instead of backwards.
That's the funny thing about editors, agents, VAs. A lot of times their job description is caretaker. Just making sure that the talent or the creative is like able to do other things that maybe they wouldn't be able to do normally because they're so focused.
100%. 100%. And I've worked with some VAs before, and I've had some really great people. And I've had some. There was one woman I was working with from years ago, when things were much different place. She was from the Philippines, and she was just awesome with keywords. Like she could really do she knew what she was doing for sure. And she is such a helpful person and willing to learn anything I was willing to teach her. And I ran at the time.
They don't have enough
I ran into a
experience. Like
hiccup,
anybody
and
can
we
set up a
lost
website and call
communication,
themselves
and
an agent.
now I can't find anything to contact her again. And
So you want to look.
So it means going through the process of finding someone new and hiring someone new and starting over.
Yeah, it is a whole process to like have an agent there, or have a VA there, and then like something happens unexpectedly, or they need to move on to a different thing, and you're like back at square one. And speaking of working and being at square one, our topic was just like getting focused. You got this, AD Rights. You got this. Do your thing.
Thank you.
Or you want to look for experienced agents at an agency that is well respected, that has sold a lot of books. You want to know what books they've sold. You want to know who their clients are. You want to know that they sell books in your genre. Like an agency that is mostly sold like nonfiction is not necessarily going to be the best place for your fiction to be. Like they may not have those, that may be not where they have contacts. So it feels daunting. I know, like querying
it is so much fun.
is so terrible. Like it absolutely is. It's terrible. It's
very over the top grandmother.
It takes potentially a long time. It's filled with rejection.
Really unnerved.
You will get a lot more no's than yeses.
She's not his.
You will get a lot more form rejections than you will requests.
She knows his house like the back of her hand.
Pretty much.
Remember, that does not mean you are a terrible
waited
author.
For them inside.
It does not. And
because
you
they left a key in a place that can only be accessed through magic.
Right.
And he knows how to access it, but she doesn't know how to access it. Or she knows how to access it. And he doesn't
Lunari
understand why she knows how
Valkyrie
to
rated
access
the
it.
simulacrum
Yay,
with 22
Raiders!
fractals.
More raiders again. Dang. Hello. Sorry, we'll continue your conversation real quick. Just gotta welcome the raiders. Welcome, Lunari Valkyrie. Thank you so much for raiding in. Thank you so much for being so cool, because, folks, Lunari Valkyrie is a professional streamer here on Twitch, in case you aren't aware. Hang on, I can spell. Luna actually not only streams regularly and, like, as a actual job, but runs multiple channels. Yeah, there it is. Multiple channels here on Twitch. There's the Sane channel, the FleshTuber channel, and then the VTuber channel. So the main one is the VTuber channel, and that is the one that's rated us today. So please do click the heart on top of the chat when I actually type the command. There we go. Please do click on the heart top of the chat to follow Lunari Valkyrie over on her channel, and go support her. Hello, hello. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome in. To any of you who are new to the channel, my name is DCAFNVIDIA. I'm a video game streamer here on Twitch, who primarily plays RPG games. I'm also a hobby voice actor and singer, so you'll hear me do one or both of those things during the stream. I'm also unofficially recognized content creator for the game Reverse 1999, so I make content around that a lot, as well as Persona 3 Reload, Minecraft, Deltarune, and various other like games I'm trying to complete as a completionist. And yes, my pronouns are he, they. Today is Sunday, which means that we are doing productivity for the first half of the stream, and then we'll switch over to AI the Somnium files, which has no relation to generative AI. They use AI here like it's supposed to be used, which is like as shorthand for androids and like sentient machines, not just tools to replace creative work and work that humans would want to do. It is a murder mystery story that we'll be playing later on, once I'm finished with this productivity edit here. Been working on this for the past 2.5 hours, and I'm joined today by the Lady Wrights, who you should check out.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
I do apologize for all of the spamming timers. I am trying to figure out the timing with that. But even better, go follow the podcast, because that's the most fun project I'm currently working on, and you should go enjoy listening to MJ talk about how awesome her book is, among other things.
The podcast is available on YouTube, Spotify, and soon Apple Podcast as well. And that's what I'm currently working on. I'm working on episode 4 of the podcast for the Lady Wrights and GSC Nation. So if you'd be so kind as to subscribe, follow, and leave comments, that would be incredibly helpful and appreciated.
And share.
And share. Yes. But yes, for those who are not aware, because you are new here to the channel, the podcast is about the Lady Wrights and GSC Nation, authors here on Twitch, one of whom is here, talking about their experiences in the indie publishing and traditional publishing space, and where their two worlds kind of meet. They talk about their experiences and give general advice for folks who are looking to get into the writing industry or working in the writing industry. So please do check it out, and if you find it interesting, like Lady Wright said, share it with your friends, and maybe they'll find it interesting too. Right now, our goal, I believe, is to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube and 1,000 followers on Spotify, though it'd be much preferred if you get to 1,000 on both. So that's the current goal we are going for. So while I work on this, feel free to sit back, relax, enjoy the show. If you're being productive yourself, let us know what you're working on. Maybe you're writing, maybe you're just like grinding in a video game, or maybe you're about to go to bed. I know Luna should be going to bed. Thank you, Luna, so much for the raid.
You should definitely enjoy it.
Exactly. Luna, thank you again so much for the raid. I will see you around, and I'm gonna get right back into being productive for the next like 10 more minutes before I raid Lady Rights and Lady Rights raids me back because YouTube categories are not a thing. Or chapters, I
And it
say.
will be pretty close to
A lot more
immediate,
no's
just so
than
you guys
yeses.
know.
You will get a lot more
I
form
should be
rejections than you will
transitioning off about
requests.
the same time, so we will, once
Pretty
decaf
much.
Remember that
raids over,
does
I
not
will
mean you are
raid back
terrible.
as soon as they're back up, so that we can go back to, because I should do things that are away from the computer today. Today's like housekeeping and cooking and strange things.
Yes. Keeping oneself alive.
Rumors.
Mm-hmm.
I have a household to keep alive.
You'll get a lot more form rejections than you will requests. Pretty much.
Remember that does not mean you are a terrible author.
It does not. And you
You are going to bed.
you got to stick it
Luna,
out.
that's
It
a
is a little
wonderful
bit of a
thing.
numbers
Good
game.
night, Luna.
Absolutely.
And also you got to learn when
Rest
you
is-
think
is
like, okay, maybe
beautiful
this book really isn't.
and
Maybe it's not
refreshing.
its time.
And energizing. I
Mhm.
hope.
Enjoy your rest.
Maybe there's just no place for it in the market right now. People just can't envision that place in the market for it right now. And and be writing another book. Like while you're querying your book, be writing another book so that when you take that book off, if you decide if that book ends up not being the one that gets you an agent, you have something new that's like ready to go and ready to be
know
out
what
there
I
so that
find?
you don't feel like you're giving up. Yeah.
You know what I find that's fun
Oh,
about that statement?
Yeah.
As an indie,
I
one of
know
the best things that you can do to sell your
experience.
first
It's not fun.
No place for it in the market
Hopefully
right
it
now.
does, though.
People just can't envision that place in the market for it right now. And and be writing another book. Like while you're querying your book, be writing another book so that when you take that book off, if you decide if that book ends up not being the one that gets you an agent, you have something new that's like ready to go and ready to be
You know
out
what
there
I
so that
find?
you don't feel like you're giving up. Yeah.
You know what I find that's fun about that statement? As an indie, one of the best things that you can do to sell your first book is to write a
Write another
second.
book.
Yeah,
Kind of
look
for
like
different
it's the
reasons,
same.
right?
Exactly.
Different reasons, but same result in so many ways.
And it's not unheard of that even if you end up in a situation where the first book you're querying, and I only know this from other people who've queried, it's not unheard of that the first book that doesn't get picked up, but another book down the road does, that you can't come back to your agent with that
Right,
first book down the
absolutely.
road. So it's dead right now. If it comes
Yeah.
to that point, it's dead right now. You don't have to give up on it completely. Maybe you'll go back and tweak it in a little while and try again, but then you'll have already had an agent doing the work for you and they'll know what your voice sounds like and they'll be able to better help you get in the doors that it fits better.
Yeah. Like that first book that I didn't get an agent with, that got, shelved in favor of the second one, which is the one that's coming out in March. It like I love that book so much, and my agent, the person who's my agent right now, did read it and gave me feedback on it and like told me why he thought that it was hard to sell. And we've talked about the ways to make it not hard to sell or less hard to sell.
Awesome.
Like it might end like I could try to take it more in one particular direction, or another direction that we've talked about that I've considered is rewriting it as adult, like because which is really a hard sell in YA right now. Or it's not even, I don't even consider it sci-fi, but it's got enough of a vibe, I guess. There's no sci-fi, but it's got enough of a vibe that that he thought that it would be a hard to and I guess maybe the last thing that I would say to querying authors to back that up, that knowledge up with action. And I guess maybe the last thing that I would say to querying authors out there, I see you out there. I feel your pain. I know you're thinking querying is the worst experience of your life, that it's so demoralizing that it just feels like gatekeepers. It's so hard, and the rejection is just destroying your soul, and you can't take it in. Like, you just for that day when you'll get an agent and everything will be easier. I regret to tell you that being on sub is 12 million times worse because it is actually querying, but to fewer people, and you're not allowed to talk about it. You authors querying out there, talking on your social media about your bad experiences, sharing your war stories, getting moral support. When you're on sub, it is like you're feeling all those feelings and having all that rejection, and the only person you're allowed to talk about
Why do these timers
about
have
it
to be
is your
set up in
agent
seconds instead of
and
minutes?
like your cat, and you know,
They want you
maybe
to do math.
secretly, maybe your really close friends who are also
If
authors that
all I had to
have
do
been
was
through
math
sub,
and I
but
didn't
like you
have to
can't talk
shift
about it in
gears,
public. You cannot.
that would be
You cannot,
fine.
and your agent will tell you you cannot.
But that's not how this works.
For lots of reasons. It is bad. It's actually bad for your book on sub for you to talk about it on social media. So I hate having to say that because it's like the opposite of the it gets better. It actually gets so much worse.
It's not the opposite. It's
Lady writes, I would need a favor from you at some point. If you could explain to me what on sub is and make a video about that.
on sub.
Yes, I have heard that
Yes.
I've heard you guys throw that term around a few times now, and I realize I don't actually know what that means now, because like after listening to you guys talk about it for an hour in the podcast episode, I'm like, oh, is that different from what I thought it was? Not a good thing.
We might want to throw that one at MJ.
Right.
Just because that's
Traditional
just so
author
that
thing.
we can stick to theme. But yeah, I if you'd prefer I cover it, I can do that too.
Mm-hmm. In that case, I shall write it down in our chat.
And thank you for throwing that at us so that we have that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Explaining what to expect in the next step, which is exactly what we need to be doing.
Yeah.
People need to be prepared. And if you
the next step is more pain. but okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Want to be traditionally published, you can do this. It's a lot of patience. And you keep writing. And there's nothing stopping you from moving into the next book once you've got that one finished.
Yeah. And this is coming to you from like I'm talking to you as a person who had a book die on queries, you know, who was querying a book and had to stop querying it, who got an agent and had a book on sub and that book died on sub. It is one of the rare occasions where a book that died on sub was magically resurrected later, as I switched agents. But this is nothing bad about my first agent. I do not have bad things to say about my original agent, and in fact, my second agent was her assistant originally. And there are a lot of reasons why. Like that whole thing is that's a whole other story. But my agent, it just happened to be where my agent was like, "Hey, I think there are some new imprints and new editors and new opportunities for this book." Since it was on sub before, and I'm still like kind of heartbroken that we didn't sell this, and I think we should try again. In the meantime, we were already working on a different book to get ready to put on sub. So we put that book back on sub to a very, it had to be a limited group because there were a lot of places we couldn't send it anymore, like who had seen it before. But there were also some new opportunities, and we ended up selling it that way, just like I want to say just like 2 or 3 weeks out of like the decision to take it off sub and to start querying the new book that I had been writing. Right. I've had to stop querying. I've had a book die on sub. I have been through all the stages of pain, and yet I am seeing my debut come out in just like a couple of months. By the time you hear this podcast, who knows how much closer that will be. And you can do this, and there are legitimate reasons to make this choice, and legitimate reasons to not. And it isn't all pain. And at least through sub, even though it is worse than querying, at least you have your agent there with you. You have a partner. So there's that.
Okay, so your final thoughts are that querying is absolutely worth it if you want to go traditional?
Yeah, I think it is. Stick it out. There is a payoff.
And your debut novel is coming out in March? Okay, so your final thoughts are that querying is absolutely worth it if you want to go traditional?
Yeah, I think it is. Stick it out. There is a payoff.
And your debut novel is coming out in March?
March 3rd, 2026 from Page Street Publishing. It is called I Was a Teenage Death God. Coming to a bookstore near you.
Thank you everyone for
coming to a bookstore near you.
Thank you everyone for joining us on talking about querying. If you have any questions we haven't directly answered as we were relaying our stories, please leave it in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button or the follow button, depending on what platform you're on. And we are looking forward to talking to you in the next one.
Bye. Bye. Hey, look, we made that right. Bye.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
And there we go. Okay, stage 1 done. I shall rate you, Lady Rights.
Okay.
And we'll be right back, folks. I'm just going to change category. Again, there's no chapters here on YouTube, so it's a whole thing. It is a way for me to retain both you guys who are actively watching, as well as the lurkers who might not know to refresh the page when I restart my stream.
They'll have a wonderful time when we bring them back.
Indeed. Okay, let's go ahead and set that up. It's a whole rigmarole. Probably one thing I should do is, that's a little bit easier too, is probably right after my stream today, I'll go and timestamp episode 2 and 3. I actually have the timestamps here, I just have to like put them into the description so it actually does a thing.
Thank you for that.
Of course. Okay. See you soon, Raiders. Go say hi to Lady Rights for a bit. Okay, and then YouTube. So I stop my stream and start up again. Make sure everyone heads over.